Frost got fire. Hilarious.
That shit
All
was
right,
funny.
we'll talk about the Frost thing, but what is up, guys? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, evening, morning, wherever you guys are. Overleveled Podcast, episode 135. Hopefully you guys are doing great. Quite a bit of topics to talk about. We got Nintendo Direct, State of Play, the NVIDIA 4000 series conference, which didn't really even last that long, just became all about their corporations of utilizing tech and whatnot. But that happened, and we had a couple things like Frost and whatnot, and Deathloop going to Xbox. But before we go into all that info, we got to talk about it. The games that we've been playing. And of course, we have Bless Red and Alicia with us. Talati will not be here. He is not feeling well, so hopefully he will get better soon. But going forward, and I forgot to mention, one of the other biggest topics is Grand Theft Auto League. So before that, gotta say the games that I've been playing is Yakuza 0, Final Fantasy 14. What other games is that really it? Oh no, I finished Last of Us Part 1, I forgot. On stream. Not worth 60 or what? Geez, 70. Definitely worth 40 or 50. Overall though, graphics definitely look really good. Other than that, definitely not worth the asking price. Definitely was good content though on Twitch for stream. But other than that, like I said, like AI definitely felt better. Companion wise, no. Enemy, yes. Felt very more aggressive. On Survivor, I don't want to play grounded. I don't want to like beat my head over with a controller, being super angry. That's not the type of gamer I am. But I definitely got angry a couple points with Survivor. And no, I did not use modifiers and whatnot to like have a bunch of ammo. That's not the type of person I am. Even though it doesn't even matter because you don't get difficulty trophies. So there's that. But I think that really is it. Oh yeah, and then I played a little bit of Judgment on PC.
How's that? How's that roll?
Because of the Denuvo.
Holy shit.
I would assume that I would get better frames, but I haven't maxed out getting around native 4K 60 frames.
I completely forgot that fucking game existed.
Didn't you bought both of those, Bless?
No. I bought one.
Damn.
I didn't buy Lost Judgment yet.
Okay.
But I damn, man. I forgot.
Man.
I should have been playing that today, but I was busy doing shit
Modern
with
Warfare?
my car. No, I was doing shit on my car and I was just I don't know, I just wanted to not do shit today. I just went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
Modern Warfare got you depressed, eh? It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
No, that's not what happened.
Oh man, but I think that's really it, man. A couple games are coming out. I did play the Wulong demo. Like I said, I feel like if you played Neo, you'll be very much at home with the game. I got to the last boss. I didn't get to beat it because I was busy, so like I beat the first half, then lost at the second half. So yeah, because it has like a second phase. And I played some Valkyrie Elysium demo. And originally, I was like, damn, the combat definitely feels a bit basic for me. But then it starts opening up once you start upgrading your abilities and all that jazz. So you can like deflect and whatnot, counterattack, double jump. In the beginning of the game, you don't have those, and more combos open up. And with, different weapons, like the different types of swords. So one's going to be more like heavy base, and then the other is very fast and like lightning strike type of attacks, and magic's involved. And so I think like overall, like the only complaint I guess I had with the demo was honestly not a lot of enemy variety, but to be fair, that's like the beginning of the game. So hopefully it will get better. But like overall, I'm very interested in it. It's, having to do with Ragnarok. Will it be a better story told in Valkyrie Elysium or God of War Ragnarok? Probably God of War Ragnarok, but we'll talk about that when it comes to the state of play. But overall, those are really the games I've been playing so far. So What about you, Blessed?
Not much of anything. Yeah, like you, I tried out Judgment on PC, though I forgot that it even existed today. So I tried that out. It runs well. It has Du Nouveau, but I mean, it runs well so far. I did like the first I don't know, 30 minutes of it. I need to get back into it. Play the Modern Warfare beta. I guess that's gonna be like a topic. I got some words on it. And yeah, that beta is yeah. And then just more Modern Warfare 2019, and I started back playing Dying Light 2 a bit. Though I may
Oh, you still beating that?
yeah.
Bro.
Dude, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Dying Light 2, I also kind of dropped. Not gonna lie,
Bro,
The
y'all have
game-
Steam Decks. You can't be dropping games out. Y'all have Steam Decks, right?
dude.
I mean,
this was
no,
before
there
the
isn't-
Steam Deck, sir. I
But still,
dropped
you have
that
Steam
shit.
Deck now.
No, sir. That game.
What?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. That game might have been mid. Dying Light 2 definitely felt mid to me at this point.
I mean, the reason I dropped it is probably not the same as him. Like, I was because of the co-op partner and not being consistent.
Yeah.
And then I
I
just
thought they fixed that.
no, my co-op partner just wasn't
Oh.
consistent.
Oh. Okay.
So I just was like, all right, fuck it. So I'll wait, and then never mind. That doesn't exist anymore. But I started playing with someone else, but then they were like speed running it, so I was like, oh shit. So they kind of already beat it. I was like, wow, okay. But I am interested in playing again because I know where I am in the story. But yeah, like I kind of want a new GPU now before beating it because they got new settings and shit.
Well,
Or
the
they
thing
got
for
new
you is
shit
that
adding.
these GPUs are not going to be hard to get.
That's
at
what I
all.
said before this thing was.
Yeah,
Like scalpers think they're
probably
gonna
not, no.
like overprice it, and I'm just like, once we get to the top, I'm just like, dude, scalpers aren't
The
gonna
thing
do
is,
shit with it either. So.
Scalpers are not going to be scalping GPUs. They're going to be scalping PSUs.
Yeah, you're right. No, I think
Yeah,
Merc
ATX
mentioned that to me.
3.0 PSUs.
Yeah, Merc mentioned
You
that
have,
to
you
me.
have those new PSUs, which you can just use a single connector to power them, versus your current your current PSU, which you have to use three
three.
PCI Express connectors,
Yeah.
for the high end model. So you have to think about that, and then you also have to think about providing clean and efficient energy to your GPU as well. And there's a lot of people out there who've been using their same PSUs for like 5+ years when you really think about it.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to get something newer because these things are they're gonna run hot,
Oh,
and they're gonna
yeah.
use a lot of energy.
I was thinking like, dude, I had 1,000 watts, and then someone was just like, "Oh no, you might be fine." I was like, I'm not gonna risk the chance, especially
Which card do you plan on getting?
probably the 4090,
Jeez.
And what processor are you rocking right now?
Bro, y'all
5900
railroading the
You
conversation.
should be fine.
That's
you
what I'm
should be
saying.
fine with the 1,000 watts, honestly.
What the fuck?
If you go to Zen 4, then you're probably gonna need to get a new PSU because those processors, once you start clocking those shits higher, they use a decent amount of power now.
Oh yeah. Maybe I might return it.
Well,
Who knows? Or maybe I'll scalp it.
to-
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna
back to-
scalp that power supply.
Back
I'm
to
off
the
this stuff,
games
power supplies.
back to the games I was playing. By
Yeah.
the way.
Damn.
Oh, did you play the beta?
Yes, we're gonna talk about that later though.
Yeah, Bless got mopped. Bless got mopped.
We should start with the beta. We should lead with that and then hop into the. I think the GPUs are the most juiciest shit because you can talk about that for hours.
Yo, chill. We're talking about the games that we play. What the fuck?
We're live?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
I
I
didn't know we were live.
invite-
I'm sorry, chat.
No,
I did
no,
not
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I invited you late. My bad. But yeah, yeah, I was playing Dying Light. And also, I don't know if I said it last time, but I started Battlefield 2042 again, and
Damn, bro.
Disgusting.
not bad anymore.
Yo, hey
I'm
man.
disgusted in you.
It's not.
Bless
I
got
mean,
sell
it
for less,
does-
man.
it does
It's tough for Bless out here, man. It gotta sell for less. It's crazy. These multiplayer.
Man, nigga, you're still playing Apex Legends.
Yeah, that shit fire.
Apex is great, bro.
You
Don't ever
they have a new.
disrespect.
There's a new event today. for Apex. It's
I
fire.
mean,
They had a gun game. It's
This
pretty fire.
Apex isn't
you,
a
you
dead game.
you're talking. I mean, neither is Battlefield, and I
Battlefield
mean,
is pretty dead.
Bro,
it's
come
more
on.
alive than Halo, but
And
yeah,
that's very true.
I mean it is, but
Hey man, you bought the battle
Yeah.
pass, man. You're the part of the problem, like you said, for Halo Infinite. So
Oof.
I bought the first one. They got a second one out now, right?
yeah,
I mean, I ain't buy that shit. But yeah, that's it though.
yeah.
What about you, Mr. Apex Legends?
Well, besides the best multiplayer game out right now, Apex Legends. I started Enter the Gungeon, but then I realized I'm like, why am I playing this when I have Horizon Forbidden West? Like, I could play Gungeon anytime, but like Horizon, I feel like I should play it sooner, especially as God of War's coming near. So
Bro, just say you're just pushing it off. Be honest
yeah,
with
pushing it
yourself.
off.
Pushing
Yeah,
off
pushing it-
Horizon
I-
Forbidden West off.
No, I'm pushing Enter the Gungeon 1 and 2 off.
Hmm.
Because it's gonna be like Horizon, then Pokemon, and then God of War. That's like my my trilogy.
Dude, that's another game. Forbidden West, I dropped.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, I gotta pick that game back up. Honestly,
I definitely dropped that shit. I'll admit I definitely dropped that shit. I just got I don't know. It was blurry and I was like in shimmering.
Anyways, as I was so really interrupted, good thing I played.
Shut up.
I played it. Good thing I played it now because I got it for a cheaper price. And like, bro, they fixed the blurriness. They that option they have to where like you don't have there's no animation for picking up items. That is so huge, dude. That is absolutely huge. Because it's just so nice to pick up items without having to like pick up animation every single time. I played Modern Warfare. Honestly, as someone who hated the first Modern Warfare, I think I like this one more. Maybe it's because I've like accepted the changes that they've made, and I'm just like, I don't take the game seriously that much anymore. If y'all want to rush your Call of Duty, just go play like Black Ops Cold War or like any Treyarch Call of Duty. For honestly, since besides Infinite Warfare, Treyarch has always been like the Russian Call. Like Infinity War has never been like a rusher's game. So I've accepted like their design philosophy. And I'm just like
Ever?
sticking with it. I'm talking about like at least like before like the OG. Sorry, after the OG days. But this Infinity War team is not the same as the old Infinity War. So, but when it comes to the new Infinity War, like Infinite Warfare was the only one that wasn't like a complete camper's paradise. So, I just accepted what their design philosophy is, and I just accept it. And yeah, that's pretty much an Apex event with the gun game, some nice new skins, and it's been fun to play gun game. So
Oh god.
yeah, what is that? Bless, what's that?
Uh-oh.
That was my phone.
Oh.
That's my vibrator, I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa,
hey yo,
oh, hey man.
Chill,
Wait, you
bro.
let NVIDIA put that thing up your ass, or?
Whoa.
It's
whoa,
a- it's
whoa,
NVIDIA, it's
whoa,
green,
whoa,
bro.
What are we doing here?
Jesus.
It's big green like the Incredible Hulk or
Oh
Piccolo.
my.
It's
Or she. Hey man, I was gonna say
Alright.
She-Hulk, but
Oh my, here we fucking go.
I don't want to. I don't want to assume her gender, man.
Anyways. So let's go. I
What
guess
about the game, bro?
we'll go into Modern Warfare. Damn it!
What about,
Because
what about the guest? What has the guest been playing?
oh yeah, no, Jay, I apologize.
Wow.
What have you been playing, Jay?
Y'all invite him and y'all
You
forget
know
him?
what's crazy? I've seen a couple of the streams.
Oh, dang.
Jay's been playing some Modern Warfare. I think Jay, you play some 2K on stream, right? As well.
yeah, I played a little bit of 2K.
I try
don't
to
know, my
pop
homies-
in,
my
be a
homies-
lurker.
My homies got me back into playing 2K again. That's been my latest addiction. But yeah, I played the Modern Warfare 2 beta. I had enjoyment on it. I just love seeing everyone complain about the game and just rage, honestly. And then they post their clips and it's like the dumbest shit like they're dying to, and I'm like, why? But I can understand because the game does promote camping with the design changes that they did make, but if you find the right pace, then you can dominate inside that game. It's a bit of like you have to have a bit of a hybrid style where there's moments you can rush and there's moments you have to play a bit slower because you need to figure out where spawns are at, because spawns
Yeah.
are a bit erratic inside the game. So
Yeah.
that's something that they're going to tune in the update. Map design is really good. I like the fact that they made the maps a bit more tighter and a bit more concise. So it's not gonna take you forever to get across the map, or
Yeah, maps are a lot
they
better.
even shrunk down the lanes. Yeah, because
Maps
Modern
are
Warfare
better.
2019 had that
Those-
issue at launch, but the maps that they added later on, with the season passes for free actually, were much better, honestly. And they looked at the data. Like a lot of people like maps like Shoe House and stuff like that. So it's good to see those changes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice, nice. I guess there's your transition. Let's go into my beta. Like I said, like not really gonna pick it up. Probably on sale, most likely. And you guys, I have way better experience than me. So
Yeah, I want to start because I feel like I'm a COD OG in here. I played since Black Ops 1, playing for over a decade, and I feel like I have the credibility to speak about this multiplayer. Sorry, Bless Red. I have the credibility. I play with Breast Red, and didn't go too well for him. But I understand it's tough out here for non-COD OGs to play Call of Duty. But
You
I think
want to talk trash, bro?
I think Annie.
I forgot about the 60 FPS.
Hey man, I still dominated. Not 60 FPS. I got a chopper gunner.
You were using a fucking controller, Goofy.
Yeah, and controllers are worse, aren't they?
You have aim assist.
Hey man.
I was at 60 FPS with a mouse and keyboard,
Hey,
and I
man,
couldn't properly put my settings in.
Hey,
You can't. No deep. PS5 sucks for mouse and keyboard use. This
Anyways,
trash.
I think the changes that they made, honestly, like if you didn't like the last Modern Warfare, I think that you're not gonna like this one. Everything that they've done is just continue. It's just they're just pushing it further from what they did last time. I think the perk progression though is a really stupid change, and it doesn't really make sense to me. They said they would improve the timing, the pacing when the full game hits, and Last Stand being back, even though there's no gun with Last Stand, it's already shown like in Search and Destroy, like you can be revived twice by yourself in Search and Destroy, which is really huge, and that's like a really broken thing that I hope they fix for Search and Destroy. Ghost and like problems like Ghost not being seen while moving with Ghost, that was done 10 years ago, and they still don't want to add that implementation in. They're really trying hard to cater to campers, and they're not giving rushers a lot. I think they're not giving rushers as many options as they should. If you compare a game like Black Ops 4 with its guns up philosophy with a game like Modern Warfare 2, it's a really, really huge difference with how they treat rushers in both games. I do like the fact that you can swap score streaks and kill streaks with like just a simple toggle now without a perk. But I wish that each score streak was like differently valued, because what was nice in previous games was like every score streak was different, like every single one. So you could do any combination of kill streaks that you wanted. You weren't limited in the kill streaks that you could do. With the guns, I still don't quite understand how the gun progression works, because I've been using the M4. Like it just seems like I'm kind of still confused on how the gun progression works. Because for example, I have like the AK-74 you unlock, but I can't level it up. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what
yeah.
the fuck was up with
Yeah,
that. That was
I don't
weird.
get it. I don't get how it works. I don't have an SMG unlocked at all, even though I can use the Hurricane in the default class, get leveled up. I don't have it unlocked in my actual class. It's really, I don't understand how the perks weapon progression works in this game.
I thought it was broken,
it's
honestly.
Yeah.
'Cause
weird.
Yeah.
I'm using it and it wasn't leveling up my
Right?
AK. I don't know. I'll let you guys continue. I'll go
Yeah.
on with it
No.
once my turn.
I like the maps are definitely a lot better this time. I think there wasn't a map that I had a problem with in this beta. Maybe that mansion map a little bit, but I got used to the mansion map and it wasn't that bad in the end of the day. I think this game I feel like since I played the last Modern Warfare, I play like Apex and like games where I've had to slow down at times, like more often than I usually would. So I think that's why maybe I'm more open to the playstyle that the game wants from me. And I think they're starting off, for me, they're at a better starting point for me than they were in the last Modern Warfare. There aren't as many doors. I think maps can make or break a Call of Duty game. Look at COD Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts is a prime example of like how bad maps can ruin your fucking game. Because there were just so many bad maps in that game. It's definitely not a day one for me. Regardless, honestly, just because Apex, I'm just flew to Apex, and I'm not paying $100 Canadian for a multiplayer game. Like I'm not doing that. And I'll wait to pick it up. But maybe like around Christmas or maybe after Christmas. And also the fact that it's a 2-year game is also huge. I think where they are to start for a 2-year game is a good start. And I like what I'm seeing so far. So that's me.
okay.
All right. So since he wants to talk shit, I did do better than him, even though in some games, even though I was fucking completely disadvantaged. keyboard and mouse use on PS5 don't. It's not even a feature to really use. It's honestly a fucking hassle, to be honest. You don't get any. You don't have DPI control. Your mouse pointer options, in terms of like speed, is like normal or fast in the settings. Like you can't choose what you can use your mouse on. Like, oh, you think you can use your mouse to navigate the PlayStation Home? No, you have to use the fucking arrow keys. You can't use your mouse to navigate shit. And it's like, it's a fucking hassle. It's not a good experience. And then I also tried it with like other games. I mean, they say that Returnal has good mouse and keyboard support, but I don't have that game. So I tried it with Horizon, and that game doesn't even work with mouse and keyboard. Which we know that game is gonna come to PC, but it hasn't no mouse and keyboard support on the console, which is fucking stupid. If you're gonna have, let's be honest now, PlayStation, all of their first party games should have mouse and keyboard support on the console.
No.
That should be a fucking.
No,
given.
y'all should suffer. Y'all should suffer.
Y'all should suffer.
Y'all should
Why? That
Because-
doesn't make sense. Why would you have it on Returnal but not on Horizon? Even though they're both gonna go to PC.
You know why? Cause fuck them. That's why.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense. Shut up.
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense. But yeah, like half the time you have to use the controller. Half the time you have to, or you can try to use the keyboard to navigate. But yeah, it's not a good experience. You can't really change settings. Man. But but seriously though, in regards to the beta, honestly, I'm a 2019 lover, and that game is fucking worse. Like overall, that game is definitely worse. The changes that they made, most of those changes are for the worse. Like overall, they're mostly just for the worse. Like they made the footsteps super fucking loud. Like I thought the footsteps were loud enough in 2019 with at least with good headphones, like you can hear people for a good amount of ways away. But now it's just like you're just hearing Incredible Hulk everywhere. Like your own footsteps are so fucking loud. It's actually fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Also, not being able to cancel your reload when you're reloading is fucking weird. Like this is an arcade game. Why the fuck can't I cancel my reload? Even Siege, which wasn't originally supposed to be an arcadey type game, you could always cancel your reload and shoot someone. But for somehow in COD, it's not a possibility.
Well,
anymore.
MW2 is not
It's
trying to be an
fucking
arcade
stupid.
game though. It's not trying to be.
Well, that doesn't matter. COD in itself is arcadey, so them doing that is fucking just a stupid move.
Not all COD's
has
created equal.
always.
But it's not all created equal though. Look
But they're
at
all
look at-
arcadey though.
not. I feel like MW is a lot more less arcadey than like Cold War. Black Ops Cold War is what an arcadey Modern Warfare is. Like if you play that, like you know what I mean, like that's an arcadey Modern Warfare. If we're keeping it a buck, so they're not trying to be arcadey, which is what they want to do. So
Well, it's still a terrible decision. Not being able to shoot while you're sliding is fucking weird. Also, the visibility when you're shooting, like you shoot and there's a smoke screen that shows up on your screen. Like I can't see shit.
Yep.
After I shoot, it's like I literally the amount of times I literally lost gunfights because I shot and then like they moved and I didn't see where the fuck they moved when I was shooting. I lost. It's like, bruh. That muzzle smoke is fucking garbage. Also, I saw clips of client side smoke effects. I saw Jay Barry posted a clip where like there was like a smoke screen up on his screen, but the other guy just saw nothing. Like, really, you're gonna have client side smoke effects? Are you fucking serious? That's goofy as fuck.
I saw Nero say that was in the last Modern Warfare, like in COD YouTuber was like that was in the last Modern Warfare, and it wasn't as much fixed in this one. So.
Oh, I didn't see that. I mean, I never like really like noticed it before, but yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
I think the menu is very convoluted as well. The menu,
horrible.
It's fucking awful. To be honest, this shit is terrible.
Absolutely
And also the upgrade menu as well for like our attachment menu for your guns. Like it took me like it took me like 5 to 10 or longer to figure out because I was like going into matches and I was like, all right, fuck, I'll just go with the preset because I was like trying to figure out where the fuck do you customize your loadout, your gun. Like this shit is just confusing and weird.
Yep.
What else? What else? What else? Also, yeah, spawns in this game are a fucking joke. Worst spawns I've ever worst spawns I've ever seen in the game. Literally, I killed somebody like 10 meters in front of me, and then the guy spawned behind me, breathing down my neck, like right next to me.
Jeez.
Like he could reach out and touch me. That's how close he was. Like literally, I'm like, brother, how are you on my ass after I just killed you? It makes no fucking sense. And then like I would in other situations, I would spawn in. And like it's a 6v6 mode it's a 6v6 game mode on a relatively large, I mean medium sized to relatively large map. And it's like, how do I spawn in, walk 2 steps forward and die? This map is not fucking small. It's not like I'm not playing 10v10. And it's not like you're spawn camping. Like I spawned on a random part of the map and just died instantly. I'm like, the fuck, who designed these spawns? It makes no sense. And yeah, there's some like other like network issues, but yeah, and also the gun. I don't know. I don't like the sound of the game overall. I think it's way too bassy. It's even without the bass boosted mode. I feel like there's just a little bit too much bass in the mix. It just makes everything kind of sound similar, and without actual good definition. But yeah, overall, it's just worse. I don't know. It's not as I turned that shit off and then went right back to 2019. It felt at home. So yeah.
Yep, that's unfortunate for the game. I think overall, I agree with the both of you guys. Modern Warfare 2019 is a better game than Modern Warfare 2. This game is slow. The movement is very clunky, even though they're trying to go for a more realistic style of play. And you can listen to the developers when they reveal the multiplayer and them describe the game. They wanted something more grounded. They talked about how they wanted different play styles. They wanted the campers, they wanted the rushers, and the support. But this game feels like it's more tailored towards campers. The movement is so slow that it's hard to be a rusher because sprinting is slow, right?
Yeah.
But then sprint to ADS is slow as well. So it's no point in you rushing because the animation blending isn't there inside this game like how it is with other Call of Duties. Even with 2019, with the movement inside that game, you had the ability to do that. You can go for a high mobility build, or you can still decrease your mobility but react in enough time to be able to kill somebody when you see them last second, or if it's like a jump scare type shit, was like, oh shit, this guy's right here. You can't react the same way inside this game.
No, yeah.
So that's really weird. Audio is a bit weird as well. Like you said, like footsteps, your own footsteps is louder than someone else. So it promotes you like crouch walk and actually listen because footsteps are so like easy to hear inside this game, which is ridiculous. It's like you have Sit Rep Pro from Modern Warfare 3 inside this game. Everyone has it. And if you have a really good headset, what people are gonna do is they're just gonna camp. That's it. It promotes a more slower style of gameplay, which isn't tailored for a lot of people. And in me playing the game, I figured out a bit of a play style that catered towards me just saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna play slow as fuck and stack up kill streaks. And I don't want to play like that, but in understanding how this game is gonna flow, by playing like that, I can have a good score. I can't run around mindlessly in this game, nor can you really run around mindlessly in most games and just do well. So I think in the long term, this multiplayer isn't going to be great. Everyone's going to gravitate towards Warzone 2. But even that, because of the core mechanics of the game, Warzone 2 is going to suffer as well. That's the biggest thing. Like, climbing mechanics are weird. Running, sliding. I felt like most decisions that they made inside this game was to combat the complainers of Modern Warfare 2019. Oh my god, these people are slide canceling and stuff like that. Like, anyone can do it. It's not difficult whatsoever. So overall, Modern Warfare 2, I thought the lead up to it was good, but then actually playing it is like, oh, I can see why everyone's pissed off about this game. Even though I didn't have a horrible time playing the beta. Like, I had a decent time playing the game. and I did pretty well. But it's like, fuck, like I don't think a lot of people are gonna be on this game past a month, low key.
Yep. I
Mhm.
agree with that.
Man,
And I've said that before. I was like, people are gonna play MW2 and they're gonna like because people looked at MW 2019 with a lot of rose tinted. In my opinion, like rose tinted glass because that multiplayer that people forget that first multiplayer was dead before Warzone came out. That game was
Yeah.
not doing well before Warzone came out, and Warzone literally was like what brought that game back. And people forget that. And I tried to help bless this. I tried to help bless this numerous times.
Man, I don't look at, bro. What do you mean? I don't give a
What
fuck
do you
about.
mean?
I don't give a fuck about the player counts. I was getting in games. I never like I
No,
don't
but
care,
bless.
bro.
No, but bless. I was trying to say like Warzone was what like made 2019 at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course, because Warzone was popping. But I'm not. I'm saying I was still playing the multiplayer regardless.
Oh no,
Like,
of course I'm not.
admit
Of course
that.
you were. I'm saying like the consensus was like that multiplayer was not it when before Warzone came out. Like that was not it. Um, it was rough for that game. But I even Warzone 2 like because they did. I think it's like it's less loadout heavy than Warzone 1 was, and a lot of people don't like that about Warzone 2. But one thing that is cool that I would like to mention about Warzone 2 though is like instead of like one big circle and like that's just one circle, it's like they split it off into 3 little circles and then
Yeah,
eventually
3 little circles that
that
then
that's
converge.
pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I do like that, and I wish more games would have that because that's a pretty cool change.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But overall, that game, I don't know, because this is the game that we're supposed to have for
For
2
2
years.
years.
And that's the insane part about it. I don't think people are gonna have so much fun. Now the good thing is that they're packing this game with a lot of fucking content, a lot of content outside of multiplayer. There's a
Yep.
lot more modes added to the game, so I think that from that standpoint, content creators and streamers are gonna have a lot to do on the game, assuming that they even want to play it in the first place.
I wonder how Warzone 1 will still do. Like if that'll still be a contender, but we'll see.
It will still be like a nostalgia factor for a lot of like guys. They're like, oh, Modern War, not Modern Warfare, Warzone 1 in 2024 or 2023. Like you'll still
Yeah.
have people that go back to it, but all
Yeah.
the streamers and content creators are going to be on Warzone 2 because that's going to be the new hot thing in November when that drops.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, yeah, yeah. Slide canceling is the thing I was thinking of when I was saying. Well, yeah, that was the main thing I was thinking of when I was saying about slide. Yeah, because I slide cancel in 2019 all the time, but yeah, that you can't do that shit in fucking the new one, which is trash. Uh, but yeah, like I'll say, like the maps seem. I mean, they seem better. I mean, I don't really like the one in the big building much.
Yeah. The
Because
that,
I don't
mention that.
I don't like
Dimension.
any map that you can, at least in COD, that you can just like have one position where you can see like a majority of the map or like a large portion of the open area.
Mhm.
I don't really fuck with that because then you could just like sit there with a sniper or some shit, and I fucking hate snipers.
I just can't wait
But
to play this on PC at a high refresh rate
And
because
the higher resolution because that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
blurry, dude. That
it
shit
is
is
blurry. The visibility wasn't really there for me on PS5, even though I was playing on the 4K monitor. Like it was
Yeah.
just, I don't know, it was just a
it
weird
sounded like
experience on
PC
PS5.
Master Race entitlement here.
I mean, absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
The PS5 is just. I mean, it's a console, bro. We
It's
all
like
have
when-
we all have PCs that are stronger. So I mean,
No,
It's,
sir.
it's
I don't
like
know
when
what
it
you
you're
is
have
what
talking
it
a
about,
is.
big,
sir.
it's like when you have
Yeah.
a big booty Latina, man. Like you have that one time, your standards are gonna be risen for the quality of women that you want. It's just different, man. You can't
Mm.
go back to a flat ass chick. It's different. It's very, very different. So
very
having
good.
having a PC that's capable of gaming on that level versus going back to a console can be a bit of a struggle at times, man. And plus, I'm a keyboard and mouse guy. Like I got used to
Okay.
playing on roller, playing the beta, because I was like, I'm not going through the trouble of hooking up my keyboard and mouse to my PS5. I'm just gonna hop on the controller, abuse aim assist, and that's it.
Yep. That's how it should be done.
No,
Doing it
man,
right.
I don't know. But yeah, it was very blurry. You play it at 120 hertz? Did you do the thing where you have to like manually delete the
Nope.
save file and no?
I wasn't going through all that. If I can't get 120 hertz off rip in the settings menu, I'm not gonna go through all that trouble.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
this is why consoles I like like
I mean,
a
they're
PC
gonna have
problem.
120 at launch, I believe. I don't know.
I mean, it should, because I mean, you can do 120, but it's just like, I don't know, man. Man, fuck consoles. That's basically what I want to say. But yeah, maps. The maps I think are generally better. So far, like I like the market map, and I like the map that had the little shooting range in the middle. I think those are cool designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the third map I just wasn't a big fan of, but like, yeah, I mean the maps have potential. It's just everything else around that game is trash. Whereas 2019, I really like the gunplay and like the maps were bad, but like the gunplay and like movement and sound and all that shit is fire. So I don't know. Shut up.
No, I'm playing Apex. I'm playing that game.
Nah, this nigga just said cap or some shit.
No, I said nice kill. No, I said nice kill because I got a nice kill with my sniper.
Okay.
Damn, bless. I think it's about you, bro. Damn.
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 You might
Damn,
be right.
bless.
You might be right.
Damn, bless.
The world revolves around me. I'm the main character.
Oh man.
There
So
you
what happens once the main character is gone? What happens then?
There's
The
gonna be a
world.
new
The
planet.
world. Hey, what's the name of that game? What's the name of that game, Alish? The world ends with you.
Well, no, until
Oh, I saw it ends with you,
Yes,
dog. That's the
there
end
it
of the world.
is. There it is.
What I'm hearing is we gotta get the fucking like serum to just keep you alive for the rest of your life. Get you a Lazarus pit.
Yo, you know what
Yeah,
fucked me
gotta-
up, bro?
Well,
When I was watching Attack on Titan the year it came out. I think it's like 2013, right? My friend was like, "Yo, you gotta watch this show." I was like, "What the hell is this?" Right? And you remember in the beginnings, this is spoilers for anyone who's never watched Attack on Titan, so mute this shit if you plan on watching it. But you remember in the beginning of Attack on Titan in season 1 when Eren got built up and then he got fucking ate by the Titan and
Oh
they
yeah,
ended the
yeah,
episode and
yeah.
you're like, "Whoa, what the hell?" It was just such a mind fuck.
Definitely was.
Then
I
he came
remember
back.
that part. I was
Then he
like,
came
yo,
back.
is the main character gone? Is this it?
Yeah, I was like, how's the main character gonna die?
Well.
Like, what?
Well,
We're not even that far in the
goes the
show.
mental.
It's like a Game of Thrones moment there.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time in Game of Thrones.
Dude, when that
Got
first
that main character energy.
it was like boink,
Damn,
it's
bro.
gone. It's like, wait a minute, I thought he was the main character. That shit was just too much.
But we only thought he was.
That is true.
I think NW can get better though. I think if we learn anything from like Cold War and Modern Warfare is like they definitely get better. Their post-launch support is not like Halo Infinite. Like they actually have good post-launch support for their game. So I think
that,
it's a good basis. Like
I
it's
mean,
a good basis.
they 10 toes down on not changing the thing that people complain about though.
Yeah,
They
but
went 10 toes.
they're changing the audio. They're changing like the perks. Like they're making it faster. Like at least they're doing some stuff, you know.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I remember last time they didn't even have the minimap at all. Remember, they didn't have the minimap at all for any game mode. Just
Oh
insane.
yeah.
Y'all don't remember that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, why the fuck
What
would
the
you
fuck?
remove a mini map?
Yep, exactly.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
insane.
Oh yeah, last thing, that third person mode fucking sucks.
Damn.
Really?
Who plays
Yeah,
third person in COD, bro? Oh
it's-
my god.
it-
You know they brought that
it-
back from nostalgia, right? Because that
They-
was
Yeah,
in the
oh,
OG
yeah.
NW2.
Yeah, so it's in W2.
Well, the problem
They-
is you
they-
can't really see
they
in your
ruined
back,
it, man.
right? Like you can't see
It-
some of the back stuff. It reminds
No.
me kind of like of
Can't see behind your back,
Battlefront,
bro.
right? A little bit.
Nah, yeah, I don't know. They kind of ruined. Nah, Battlefront's better because you don't ADS to first person. Like, bro, they ruined. that shit.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Like
You're right.
if
you're right.
if it was just like, oh, you stay third person, that makes sense. Like you slightly scope in. Like why do you go into first person when you aim down sight? It's jarring and it's fucking stupid.
Maybe they just
Yeah.
added like a mod to it essentially.
That's a weird design choice. Like, you go first person. What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's
this-
so
there
jarring.
There was
it's
a
mad
game.
weird.
What was it? Ghost Recon where it did that shit. I
Yeah.
think Ghost Recon did that.
Yeah.
It- Yeah, it's fucking weird. You
Oh
shouldn't.
my god.
You shouldn't do that. Like I don't know. It's dumb. Unless like there's two stages to ADS. Like oh, it's like a ADS third person, then you can press another button ADS first person. For like
Yeah,
snipers or some
yeah.
shit. Otherwise, it's fucking stupid.
Like if you toggle, like you hit the R3 button or something like that, you can.
Yeah.
You can ADS. I mean that would make more sense, honestly. I think they bought that mold in for like TikToks and memes and shit, honestly.
Yeah, like there's already like sniper montages with that. Like they're already.
Yeah, like
already made one.
that game mode is specifically for TikTokers and just like memeing on the fucking game.
Honestly, pretty smart. Pretty smart. Honestly, I never thought I would actually say like MW2 to a multiplayer wasn't awful. I actually never thought I would say that. So I'm surprised.
Hey man, some people think it is.
You buying it?
Not day one, no. Because honestly, bro, God of War, like that's #1
Woo!
priority. And then so again, it's like Horizon, God of War, and Pokemon are like my next 2 priority, and then after that we'll see how much it is. So not day one.
All right, so I guess we can talk about Deathloop real quick. Deathloop coming to Xbox. Not really shocked. I think that was really just announced at that pitiful garbage TGS show that I somehow was awake for. People were watching with me in the Discord. I fell asleep. I literally fell asleep once they went to the
Sleepwood?
Deathloop.
Sleepwood.
I literally fell asleep there.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I'm sorry you
The
had to
fact
watch
that you
that.
even attempted to watch that was insane. Like
Yeah, I'm sorry for you, Red Hood.
Xbox in Tokyo, yeah, miss me with that, bro.
No, I remember back in the days when Xbox said, "Yo, wait for Tokyo Game Show." Remember that?
Oh, dude, I remember
That was
those
so funny.
days.
Yo, fucking next gen. Oh my, those fucking random videos, Xbox random videos are so classic. They're so class. 2017 next gen.
Yeah, wait
classic.
for TGS, wait for Gamescom. For shame. But yeah, no, it wasn't that good. Like, they're getting some old Japanese games, which I guess is good for them. But I don't know, man. I think like when it comes to TGS and Xbox, they still have a lot to prove in terms of support. And we're probably going to get into it, but they're definitely losing support from some of the games that they are getting, such as like something like Octopath Traveler and them not getting the sequel.
Mhm.
So either
But
when they
Red
got
Hood-
that Game Pass money, right? They got, Square got that Game Pass money, and maybe when they saw like the amount of people downloading it and not buying it, that they were just like, we don't see this as a viable platform. And it is what it is. My thing is, it's like, I've come to the realization it's nothing to be ashamed about for Xbox fans, because Xbox fans don't really play those types of games. Like I'm not gonna say like all Xbox fans, right?
Any games in general?
That's
The
terrible.
majority.
But
It's-
the
yeah,
majority
it's
of the
definitely a
fans don't
majority.
play.
Yeah,
And
it's
it is what it
it's-
is. Like
games
you
in
can't really
general.
change that.
I don't
You
know
see-
why they act so shocked either. Like when they don't support, like it's like I'm sorry, Jay, your boy Smooth. Like when he talks about like
Oh my
Square Enix,
gosh,
it's like so like he went his vitriol against Square Enix for games that are not on Xbox because they don't support them. Like it's really strange to me. Like, if they just
I
supported
don't
them,
I don't blame Square Enix for not coming to Xbox, honestly. And Xbox guys, you see, here's my thing. You can't complain about a game not coming to a platform if you're not even gonna play it in the first fucking place. So
Yeah.
like a lot of these guys are very disingenuous about certain games not coming to Xbox. Prime example, FF7 remake, right?
Mhm.
If it came to Xbox and it didn't drop on Game Pass, these guys are not buying the game. These guys are not going to play it or beat it. That's just a simple fucking fact, right?
Yep.
Octopath is another example as well. The majority of these publishers are looking at that platform and saying, hey, they are being conditioned to not buy games. If it's not dropping in Game Pass day and date, or if it's not having an announcement to come to Game Pass sooner, they're not going to buy it. It's just as simple as that. So these guys on here, like Bless can tell you, Smooth does this shit all the time. Motherfucker complains about a game not coming to Xbox that he's not gonna play.
Yeah, bro, it's
That's insane.
He
really
he just has random emotional arguments that
It's
makes
really-
no sense.
it's really weird. It's just for like list wars. It's like, oh, like the list is bigger
Yeah.
because there's Japanese games on it. That's not fair. That's literally what it is. At the end of the day, it's pretty childish.
They
Like-
don't play JRPGs.
They don't, and that's fine. Like just like they just acted disingenuous about that.
And there's certain I guess you can say, like, I don't even want to call them leaders. That's a weird thing to say, but the ones that champion Xbox, that they're just like, yo, I can't believe you're not putting the game on it. And it's like, yo, did you beat the game? Oh, well, I didn't beat it, but I'm going to beat it. It's on the backlog. And I was like, yo, you guys are not gonna be playing. And I'm just saying it to those type of people where
Yeah.
they're like the ones that don't really play games or anything like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the other fans that do, like I definitely think that they'll beat the game, but it's not gonna be a high percentage of people. Like when I think Persona comes to Game Pass, you're gonna have a high percentage
Oh
of
no,
people
no,
not
they're not
beating it.
gonna they're not beating that game.
And the same thing with Guilty, like I believe they also announced Guilty Gear games are headed to Game Pass, which they are lacking fighters. They are. I also feel like Xbox in terms of a fighting, like the fighting genre. But to be fair though, PlayStation does own a market share of it just because of Evo and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
I
they
think
also done
fighting
that on
games
purpose.
should definitely hit Xbox because
Yeah.
Xbox has a good community of guys on there that love playing fighting
That's true.
games. I think every like Friday night there's a good group of guys that hop on there and just play
Mhm.
fighters. That's it. Like
Yeah.
they just go at a variety of different games. So I'm glad that Street Fighter 6 is coming there. I'm glad that Tekken is coming there. But it makes sense as to why PlayStation has the marketing rights for those games. They have the bigger player base. Obviously they have Evo as well. So you market the game on top of the events that you're gonna have when Evo as well. It just makes the most sense. So
Yeah.
for PlayStation, they have a close relationship with a lot of those developers, right? And the publishers behind it. And marketing the game on that system, you're gonna sell millions and millions of copies of those games on that system, period. And then you have the community of gamers that are gonna play and beat those games on that system as well, compared to Xbox. So it only makes sense that they have a close relationship with them and say, hey, we're gonna drop it on here first. Even the Switch.
Yep.
The Switch has more support for JRPGs and Square Enix games than Xbox.
You can even
Yeah, 'cause
argue
they also have
more than
Smash as
PlayStation at some points.
Yeah, even more than PlayStation to a certain extent.
I agree.
One thing I'll just say, one thing I just don't understand is why Octopath 2 is not going. Because Octopath 1 is on there.
Mhm.
I mean, it didn't do well.
That's just weird.
It just didn't do well. That's a simple
Yeah.
reason.
But then Octopath 1 isn't on PlayStation, but it's the second is there.
Well, maybe
That's
they
just fucking
paid.
weird
I mean, maybe they
don't
paid for
know.
a limited. I don't know. Maybe they paid to not have after certain
to,
date.
to keep it off of Xbox. Maybe.
I wouldn't- I
That's
wouldn't-
that's honestly
I doubt
that's
that.
probably what it is. Honestly.
Yeah, because especially if the
I
second
don't
one's
know.
on PlayStation, like there has to be a bigger
But-
reason why the first one isn't.
Because
on
if that was
PlayStation.
the case, it wouldn't be on
first
Nintendo
one's not
Switch
there,
either.
So it's like,
You know what I mean?
It wouldn't be on Nintendo Switch if.
man,
If-
Sony don't
if
give a
PlayStation
fuck about Switch
were-
competition.
That's why
Switch,
I think
Switch,
so.
or Nintendo, or Sony don't give a fuck about Switch competition. Not really. Let's be honest. Not really.
I would
No,
think they want
they
to take a
don't.
chunk of Octopath Travelers, if that were true, to come over to PlayStation, because we're gonna be honest, the bulk of Octopath Traveler gamers are on Switch. They're
Oh, yeah,
more
'cause the first
they're
one was-
more than
well, because-
PC.
Well, because the first one was on there.
Well, yeah.
exclusively, right?
No,
So
way
it's
more
Well,
than
like-
yeah,
PC
but they're not
players.
gonna.
Yeah, it's exclusive. That's why. Like,
Yeah.
they put on there.
Yeah, JRPG is so well on Switch, but I truly don't think Sony gives a fuck about Nintendo. Like, I don't think they'd pay for a timed exclusive off of
pick it off
Nintendo.
Nintendo? No, they don't.
Yeah,
care
I
about
don't
that.
see
They
them
care about
doing that.
Xbox.
I don't think they give a fuck.
Xbox,
They
they'll
just
do
hate
that
Xbox,
for-
bro.
Yeah,
They just
Xbox
hate
is the main competition because Xbox.
Because they're
See,
the exactly. They're the main
as much as
competition.
I don't
not
like
Switch.
Xbox right now, like I had a decent amount of faith in Xbox heading into the generation because a lot of the rhetoric that was coming out of the leadership about, we're acquiring all these studios and we have a lot of great games coming and stuff like that. But then to see that a lot of these titles are in development trouble and there's no sign of a lot of these games is disappointing. But what they did do is they forced Sony to change their business model, dropping more games on PC because there's a lot of revenue there, and also changing their subscription model because they understood that there were a lot of people in the industry saying, hey, you need something that's going to match Game Pass. And that's what they did with PlayStation Plus. They revised it. They essentially just like combined PS Now and PS Plus into one service and added more games to it. So I think from that standpoint, PlayStation is a bit more resentful towards Xbox because like, fuck, we have to adopt the subscription model just to keep up with them from that standpoint so that they're not left behind.
Yeah.
But everything else they have the content, they have the hardware, they have the software to back it. So they're gonna continue to have that mind share and do whatever it takes to undercut and fuck Xbox up in any form or fashion. My thing is you can't be hypocritical about it because if you're paying to keep a game off a platform, don't be surprised when Microsoft says, you know what? We have money, we're just gonna buy the whole publisher. Because then that makes you look weak.
They
what they're
have
doing.
but they have to act weak though. Like, you know what I mean? Like they kind of don't have a choice. They can't, like, in their position, I would probably do the same thing. Just like try to downplay my position to make it to just limit the deal. So I don't blame them. Like it's not about looking weak or whatever. It's just about like trying to limit the deal at the end of the day. So I don't blame them for that.
Yeah. So let's go forward to. I guess we'll go to the NVIDIA and then go into. Well, no, I actually mentioned Deathloop. Deathloop going to Game Pass. Do we all care?
No, never
Oh,
played it.
I'll download it because it's on Game Pass on PC, so I'll play it on there. But is it a big deal? No, it doesn't really change much.
Okay.
And it's crazy how low key of an announcement they did for it too. I don't know. It just seemed like for like a Game of the Year contender, I feel like they would have done something more for it. But I
They
don't know
just
what
put
else
it on
could they...
TGS and that was that.
Yeah, if I don't, I guess they couldn't really do anything else because the hype train already came and went last year.
Yo, I have a quick thing for you guys. Did you see? Because we're about to go to it anyways. Did you see the fucking ROG stream when the guy had the 4090 on the motherboard and it fell off the shit?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh,
What?
what happened?
Yo.
What the fuck?
Oh no.
Wait, what? Yo, send that. Man.
Oh my god, that fucking.
need to
GIF
watch
is
it
hilarious.
afterwards.
I'm gonna send that.
I heard like I said that
Yo.
4090 is beefy as hell. Dude, that shit's like three
Oh, yeah,
slots,
dude.
like your
Oh,
your
I
PC
want-
or
I
four.
wonder if it's bigger than the 3090 Ti, because
Yes,
that's
from what
already big.
I heard, it's supposed to be slightly bigger. That's just gonna
If it's
almost
slightly
hit my-
bigger, it
like,
should
dude,
be
that shit's
4
gonna
slots by
almost hit
now.
the fans of my PC, dude. I guarantee.
I seen
it.
yeah, so it was the ROG
I would have-
stream,
I would have
and they
room.
showed off the 4090. Shit's a brick, obviously. My 3090 is a brick right now. I think it's 3.5 to 3.8 slots, practically 4 slots. Shit's huge.
Because the 3090 Ti is 3.5 slots. So if it's bigger than that, it has to be like 4 now, right? Like it has to be. They keep saying 3 slots, but it would have to be 4 if it's bigger than that.
Like I'm guaranteeing you, like if I get that shit, that's gonna like almost hit the bottom of my fans, almost.
Yeah, a lot of
My
people who are
case.
looking to get this car, it's like you have to do a lot. You have to either get a new case because your case is too small. You have to get a new PSU. I mean, there's gonna be a lot, depending on the kind of system that you have. Because like me, I have a big case.
See, I have
Yeah,
a
my
mid
case is
tower
good.
though,
Card in
so
there.
mine's not really big per se.
I have a big mid
mid-tower.
tower.
Yeah, I have a huge mid tower.
Of the 5000.
I have the
beats,
Leanne
I'm
Lee
fine.
case, so that's the issue. And
Yeah, if
then
you
I
have a
have,
small mid tower, GG's.
and then I have like I think Leanne Lee is small mid, right?
Some of their cases are. They also have some pretty big mid tower cases as well.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to do some crazy shit like instead of having your GPU on your motherboard, you're trying to mount it on the front, you can do that with the case
Yeah. Shit.
with the riser cards.
Yeah, it's gonna probably touch my fans on the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna be too bad. But what else? Let's go into shoot. If we're talking NVIDIA, shoot, I guess we can go with NVIDIA. So they announced their cards, right? And like I originally said, it wasn't that long in terms of the portion of their live stream, because a lot of the stuff that they're talking about is like, I don't know, having tech going into cars, powering factories of like Amazon and all this other stuff, and I think maybe Tesla cars as well. I could be wrong by
Metaverse.
the metaverse, like all this stuff. So basically, I don't even think their GPUs are the big market that they have anymore. And no, I don't mean that by consumers. I mean that by revenue sources. I think that when they get contracted for other companies in terms of servers, in terms of like corporations or cars, I think they make most of their money doing that now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's the majority of the revenue is data center, automation, AI, stuff like that. Breaking into these other industries and offering the technologies there to accelerate those workloads. Like like consumers, like the gamer, like GeForce is not a big part of their business model, and it doesn't bring in the most revenue.
Yep.
But graphics technology is their business. But people tend to have this misconception that GeForce is this huge thing. I mean, relative to Intel and AMD, yes, because of how much market share they have in gaming. But data center, enterprise, AI, all that stuff, that's the majority of their revenue, right? They got huge contracts with the government, with all these other companies that are powering these data centers. That's the majority of their business. But me, I really only paid attention to the GeForce and the gaming aspect of it because that's going to relate to us
Yes.
as gamers first and foremost. So everything else I didn't care about.
No. I knew I should have just tuned off the stream because they weren't going to go back to it. But basically, that like the beginning was, you know, the graphics cards and all that, and they basically brought up the whole SKUs, and we'll talk a little bit briefly on going into DLSS. But they brought up the SKUs. There's two 4080 cards, right? There's
of them
the
are
10 gigabyte variant version, which a lot of people don't realize, but it's not as powerful as the
12.
16 gig version. It's 16, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the memory bus is way smaller. It's 192.
Yeah.
Versus
So wait, the
256.
4080, the first one is 12 gigs, right? And then the other one's 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Go to 4070.
it's a
It's a 4070
worse- it's a-
basically.
Yeah.
But
it
they're
should've
gonna
been
make it.
called
They're
that.
gonna make a 4070 though.
Oh yeah, they are. But like,
They're-
if we're
they're-
being honest,
they're-
this should have been a 4070.
I
Definitely
mean,
should have been.
I honestly I don't know what it should have been because there's no room for a 4080 Ti. What would you price it? 1400? Like, it's
Wait, what do you
fucking
mean?
weird.
What do you mean?
I mean, because you're saying it should have been a 4070.
Yeah.
I mean, where would you price a 4080 Ti then? Because if the
Oh.
4080 is 1200,
They'll probably
The
they'll probably
4090
make
is
it
$16.
$100 more.
Yeah,
They'll probably
$100
make it
more.
$100
1300.
more.
1300. Yeah.
so it'll be a worthless middle ground. In other words,
Well, the thing is,
I
they're
think
like
the- I think the
they're also going to
4080
make a
upgrade is
4090 Ti. Even you had J2
well, yeah,
Cents
but
talking
the
about that.
4090 Ti is not going to be $100 more. It's
Oh,
gonna be
no.
like 400, 500. It's
I
gonna
don't know
be
about
a
500s.
substantial. It's going to be a
They did
substantial.
that-
It's going to
they
be a
did that with
substantial
the-
difference.
The 3090 Ti, and that shit didn't sell, and they had to drop it to $1,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to make that mistake again. I think you'll see
It-
maybe
it
200,
depends.
300.
You really think
depends.
it's going to be 100 or 200 more? Like no.
I said
it's gonna
200 to
be, like,
300, not 400 or 500 more.
200,
I
200
could
more
see you
is
doing that.
200
I could
more
do
is cap. 200 more is
400,
cap.
400 more. It's NVIDIA
400. It's going to
worth
be 2000 at least. At least 2000.
I don't know, man.
It's NVIDIA.
I mean,
it's
yes,
NVIDIA.
but
It's
I
gonna
feel
be at
like
least
you
2000.
like.
People bought the 3090 Ti. Don't forget. People actually bought that shit.
But Jay is saying like they did not like sell well for the 3090 Ti, so I don't feel like they would mess up again. You know what I mean? Like unless they're that
Well,
dumb.
it's not technically messing up for them because from an enthusiast standpoint, one, they're not going to manufacture a shit ton of
True.
4090 Ti's hypothetically if they make them, right? Compared
Yeah,
to
it's gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be a
4080s
lot.
or even like a 4070 when it drops because it makes no sense. Obviously, yields are going to be an issue for that, right? Because you have to have the full 8102 die enabled
Yep.
for it, right? So all the SMs have to be enabled for that card. If they do it, they're going to be like, hey, it's expensive to manufacture, $2,000. If you want it, you want it. But obviously, like us here, people who are watching will be smart enough to say, hey, like, is it really worth it for an extra 5%? In all reality, no, it's not.
No, it's
When you
it's
can overclock
only
your current card.
it's only for NVIDIA to say we have the fastest gaming card. That's exactly what they went on stage and did. We have the fastest gaming card, the 3090 Ti, but no one's
And
buying
they
that
and
shit.
they threw
Well,
efficiency
I
out
mean,
the
people
window with
did
the
buy it
3090
at
Ti.
launch, which are those people are stupid. They just want the best of the best, no questions asked. But I mean, yeah, it was a dumb card. But yeah, like I don't know. I mean, it should like the fact that the 12 gig 4080 is actually 900. It's $200 more than
Yeah.
the 3080. It's fucking. It's
Wow.
hilariously. It's kind of hilarious because it's like it has like it has worse memory bandwidth than a 3080, or is worse memory bandwidth. Only 2 gigabytes more, and it's gonna be like, it's so a 4080. But I don't know if y'all saw the picture, but like, there was a picture basically showing off the performance increase.
I think I saw you sharing that.
Yeah, and honestly, that picture, I'm gonna post it here. That picture is kind of trash, to be honest. Like, honestly, it shows like the regular 4080 is worse than a 3090 Ti. So it's $200 more than a 3080, and it would be like maybe what if it's worse than a 3090 Ti? It's like 30 or not 30. It'd be like 20% more performance for $200 more and 2 extra gigs.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people is
That-
that if this
that-
card is near a 3090 Ti or a 3090 in performance across a wide variety of titles, why would you buy this card at MSRP when you can buy a used 3090 for less than $700?
a used 3090 or even a 3090 Ti, and you
Yeah.
get more performance. Like, actually, my bad. I said 20%. Based on these charts, you're probably looking at more like 18% or less than
Wow.
because the way you got to read this chart is also it shows there's a disclaimer on the bottom that says, oh, DLS3 is implemented where it is available, and
Yeah.
and also so the numbers on the right, that shit that's irrelevant. You have to look at the games that don't have DLSS 3, because they announced
Exactly.
a list of games that have DLSS 3. Resident Evil Village doesn't have it. Assassin's Creed Valhalla doesn't have it. The Division doesn't have it. And look, in every one of those games, the 4080 12 gig is fucking worse. It is worse than a 3090 Ti or equivalent. So
Yeah,
it's like,
DLSS 3 is going to carry this
Yeah.
card, but like you said, for the majority of games that don't have it in raster, it makes no sense. And a
it
lot
makes
of people,
no fucking sense.
I'm trying to get this through people's heads that the majority of people just play their games rasterized. A lot of people are not turning on ray tracing. I think that Ampere did bring really good ray tracing performance for a lot of titles, but then you had those edge cases like Cyberpunk where it's so demanding that it's like, do I even want to have ray tracing on anyways because of how much performance loss you're getting? Now, this is the generation where ray tracing is going to be much more viable for the majority of titles because they have the next generation RT cores, you have DLSS 3, so that's going to make it much more playable for sure. But
Yeah.
for the games that don't have that enabled in it with DLSS 3, that's why I really want to see the benchmarks from Hardware Unbox, Gamer Nexus, guys like that testing it out, because this, I don't know, $8.99 for a card that can barely beat a 4090, and then you can buy the 4090 used
Oh, a
for a
3090.
cheaper price. Oh,
Yeah.
3090.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was
3090
like, wait a
used
minute,
cheaper?
Chief. I'll be like, yo, that would be
It's
the biggest
confusing,
scam.
man.
so-
These naming schemes are getting out of hand.
Oh yeah,
now
no, it
for me.
definitely is. Like, I'll say this because I remember like the 4090 wasn't supposed to be like the same thing with Titans, right? Wasn't supposed to be really gamer cards. It's supposed to be like desktop workstations, and now it's like, I feel like the mantle of an 80 series is now on the 90 series. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I agree. Like before, it was like I don't know. I absolutely agree. Like it's like they're just pushing up the price, and now there's no 4070 anymore. It's just a 4080, and the 4070.
I
might be
mean,
like
no, the 70, they're gonna make a 70.
Yeah, the 70 might,
it-
the 70
it-
might be like the 60
down
you know
the
what I
line.
mean? But the 70 might be like the 60 of like
Yeah,
last, you know what I mean?
that's how it feels like right now. 70s feel
Will
like
be 60s
the
then.
new
Yeah, you're right.
60s.
Yeah,
And the 60s are just like, oh, I don't even want to touch those because
yeah,
what is the 60 really doing gen over gen?
yeah.
But
Watch
the reason why they're not
4060
going to
be
do
$400.
they're not going to do a 70 anytime soon, because you have a year's worth of supply of Ampere on the market right now, both new and used, at incredibly cheap prices, right? So
And they
if you look
accepted
at
that
the
fact
previous
too,
gen-
right? Didn't they like mention
yeah, they
the
accepted
3000?
that fact. Yeah, they mentioned that. They showed the 3080, 3070, and 3060, right? They didn't even show the 3090 because they're like, fuck it, whatever happens to that card happens.
Mhm.
But they showed those cards because they understood that their partners have a huge supply of cards and they themselves have a huge supply of Ampere cards. So you're competing against yourself because you have an entire existing generation of cards that's on the market for stupid low prices.
Yeah.
And the majority of people who wanted to upgrade already upgrade. So you're sitting on that inventory.
Yep.
This was the biggest boom of PC gaming we've ever fucking seen. Like, I've never seen demand for parts this high ever in my life.
Yeah.
And if you look at the statistics, Ampere captured a lot of fucking market share in terms
It's
of
the
overall
top.
like GPUs. It's the top right now. It surpassed Pascal. It's
Yeah.
insane.
This might be the
Yeah.
this might be the 20 series situation all over again.
No,
honestly.
yeah, that I changed my name to Turing Electric Boogaloo because it is
It's
because
literally a repeat of Turing.
Yeah.
the best card from Turing or from Pascal is the 80 series card
Yeah.
for Turing.
The 1080 Ti.
and it's literally the same shit. It's like you're not getting any gains over the previous gen unless you go to 4090.
And 1070 was fire too. 1070 was an amazing card.
Like,
I had that.
And I'll say
Yeah,
this,
and-
it's
yeah.
like, and I don't know at this point because people say like Intel and AMD hopefully will let it fire up Nvidia's ass, so they'll be competitive. But
Intel.
even then, like, yeah,
doing
exactly,
shit.
exactly. And I don't,
Intel's
I don't
Intel.
disagree, but I'm telling you what other people think, and I'm just like, I don't even think. Let's say if they are competitive, I don't think Nvidia cares.
No, because
they don't- they don't.
I mean, Nvidia owns like 90% of the marketplace.
Well,
so
not
they
even the
don't- they know
marketplace, but I'm
people-
saying
they're-
even if they lose market share, I don't think they care regardless. I think
But
They're still gonna make their profits.
They
yes,
want their
exactly.
bag.
That's what I mean.
And Intel is not a
They want
player.
their bag.
Intel is on the verge of canceling their discrete
Yeah,
GPU.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I saw
Them
that,
niggas
yeah.
is hanging
that-
by a thread right
And
now.
then
so.
they're still fighting with 1080 Ti problems. They have 1080 Ti problems. If you,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
still have
they-
1080 Ti problems in 2022, don't
Yeah.
even talk to me about that. Now
yeah, their game's only
AMD
being good in the X12
AMD
shit.
has a really good opportunity here because what's been the narrative about AMD?
Bad
RT
drivers,
performance,
RT performance.
encoding. The driver shit that's out the window. Like that's a
Yeah,
a
they
false
started.
narrative at
They
this point.
started like
Their
getting.
drivers
Yeah,
their drivers are way better now compared to where they
exactly.
were with RDNA 1. Even with Vega, Vega was a fucking mess. Even though it was a compute monster, RDNA 3, all they have to do is say, hey, we're matching performance across all tiers using less energy. You can still use the same PSU. You don't have to upgrade your PSU, right? These are the improvements we made to ray tracing gen over gen. We're matching our competition, FSR 3.0, and it's available in more games. And that's it. And then AV1 encoding. I always told people, NVIDIA had the mind share not only with the gamers, but with content creators, because when you're live streaming, NVENC is a superior encoder
Exactly.
on all platforms, no matter what. So when you have a streamer who's playing a game on an NVIDIA GPU, right? And then he's like, yo, these are the settings I use. You need an NVIDIA GPU to be able to live stream to Twitch, YouTube, whatever it may be. That's going to have an effect on his viewers because there's going to be viewers that are like, hey, I want a game and stream at the same time. They're just going to build one PC, NVIDIA, that's it. Now, AMD is going to have AV1 encoding. And I'm not
makes
sure
it
if people have seen this.
more what you call it. Wait, what'd you say?
AV1's on Lovelace as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So AV1's going
They-
to be a really good competitor.
yeah. They got a new encoder as well on NVIDIA. And apparently they have two. They have the encoder and decoder. But apparently I was watching Epos Vox's video. He was saying that they have two encoders or something. So
Yeah.
so they can double the workload at the same, and like double the workload so they get double the performance for encoding, which is actually impressive.
Yeah,
But-
which I want to see that in real time, like see that improvement in their encoding performance, and then see that versus AV1.
Yeah. I wanted to mention because when we saw the side by side for Cyberpunk, right, where it was just regular, right, which I'm assuming was the 3090 Ti, right, where they had the frame rate at like 29 FPS. I'm assuming at 4K, right?
They did
Yeah.
that wasn't described, but it just said off. I mean, typically when it says just off versus on, they would use the same GPU.
Yeah.
So they'll say off.
Okay,
and
so
on.
we don't know what GPU is being used then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't specify.
See,
It
that's
was just
what I
so
wanted to
ambiguous.
know because then they did DLSS 2.0, then that was at like what 60 frames or whatever, and then 3.0, and then that was like 90-ish frames, right? So that's why I wanted to know was what GPU was being used there, and
I mean, so all I know is Digital Foundry did a video where they only used the 4090. They clearly said it was 4090, and you could see like DLSS 2 was like 230% more performance than native. DLSS 3 is like 380%.
oh,
So
okay.
it's definitely
it's
definitely better. It's
I have
and on the
Tom's
same
hardware.
GPU.
I have Tom's hardware article up, and they said that NVIDIA showed performance of DLSS 3 versus DLSS 2 on Cyberpunk, and there was a 63% increase. So we're gonna assume that it's with the same GPU, that they're just testing the two different upscale and technologies.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure, because DLS or what do you call it?
And this is supposedly with
our
the
Digital Foundry not gonna.
and this
lie
is
about that
supposedly the
shit.
new
They're
ray
using the same one.
tracing overdrive, right? Essentially, right?
Yeah.
That Cyberpunk is supposed to be way better than what the ray tracing was in
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, which is
Yeah.
that sounds pretty good to me. Like in terms of like, it does feel like with DLSS and ray tracing is not a huge impact as it was in the previous gen.
They
Cards.
said in the video it was 20 to 30%. Oh no, it was 25% increase in ray tracing in game
Mm-hmm.
versus previous gen. And of course, if you have a 4090, which is the only relevant card, to be honest, just like Turing, like 2080 Ti is the only relevant card if you
Yep,
have
I
like
didn't
a
get a
1080
Ti,
Ti.
yeah.
So yeah, if you have a 3080, honestly, the 4090 is only the relevant card. But yeah, since you have the extra performance, you're gonna get extra performance on top of that extra performance
Yeah.
because of the ray tracing performance increase. But yeah,
No, agreed. Like I said, like
Yeah.
for most people, yeah, I don't think the pricing is good. Like I'm with other people. Like the pricing isn't that great. It is what it is. Like hopefully, like I said, AMD will be competitive with their price models. I know their cards are supposed to come out in November, right? But did they say
Yeah,
when their
November.
conference?
announced in November.
November 3rd is when they're gonna reveal RDNA 3.
Oh, I thought like okay. I was watching
No, yeah,
videos and I
haven't
thought they
announced it
said
yet.
the cards were releasing November 3rd. So no, they're just having the announcement on November 3rd. So does that mean the cards are coming out this year or they're coming out next year?
They're gonna
I
come
mean,
out
they're
this
probably
year.
gonna come out this year, but you gotta announce them first.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure after that event, like how they did with RDNA 2, they're just gonna announce it and say, hey, these are the dates. It was literally like I think it was the next week.
Oh, it's
Because
next week. Okay.
they wanted to ramp up their supply so that they can have enough to just say, hey, we're gonna have the event, launch it, and call the fucking day. And then they're just gonna market, hey, RDNA 3 with Zen 4, this is gonna be the build that you want. We have all this tech that makes the CPU and the GPU communicate faster, so make an all AMD build, things of that matter. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a very interesting time for hardware. The thing, like I mentioned earlier, is that overall demand for parts isn't gonna be there this generation like how it was last generation. There was a lot of things that played into it. Obviously, there was a lot of people that were still on Pascal. They need to upgrade. So Ampere was obviously the generation they went with, as well as RDNA 2. And then you also had crypto mining, which was really, really huge. Crypto has crashed. Ethereum went proof of stake, so there's no profitability in mining anymore as well. So that's an entire segment of the market that's just gone. And you can see that reflected with used cars prices because now they're flooding the market with those cards at ridiculously cheap prices to make up whatever cost that they're losing right now. So yeah, like I told people like a while, like CPUs are going to be readily available because a lot of people already upgraded to Zen 3 or Alder Lake, and then GPUs are going to be readily available as well. Like if you built a system this year or last year, unless you're an enthusiast, I don't see someone spending another $800 on a GPU and then however much they need for a new CPU because it's on a new platform.
Yeah,
So you have to
everything's
get
on the new platform.
a new motherboard. You have to get a new power supply because these GPUs use more energy. Like you're
y-
essentially building a new PC.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention. So like I watched. I think his name's Greg Salazar. I don't know if that's the
Yeah, that's
correct
his
name.
name. I know who
I
you're
watched
talking about.
his video. And do we think that they are phasing out the average consumers, like the for
They're
like
trying
the
to.
4080 and 4090, and it's just the enthusiasts, right? That in terms of like the higher upper like echelon of people that make a higher income than, and those are the cards, and that will force people to either be like, well, I'm not going to be getting cards at launch. I'll just get them secondhand or whatnot. You think that's
Yeah,
going to
'cause-
start happening? Like that type of market, and the used market will boom for people that sell cards?
Yeah, because they're ruining. There's like no more $200 market, or the cars that are in the $200 market are terrible. Like they're like absolutely awful. So it's like, yeah, they're definitely basically getting rid of that market of the actual like consumer product, and that's why people are mad. It's like, bro, like no one's gonna buy a 1630, bro. That shit's fucking garbage. Like what the fuck?
Even the 3050 is not
Even the garbage.
great
Yeah, even
card.
the 3050 is garbage, bro.
It's not good at all. But
The
yeah.
6600 is good, but like that's about the only one that's like actually like somewhat good to decent at that price range. NVIDIA, they don't care to compete in that there anymore. Like they don't fucking care.
It's like you said, they're gonna point to the used market. Like if it's someone from marketing in NVIDIA, right? They're not gonna say it directly, but behind closed doors, they're gonna say, "Hey, that's why we have the used market, right? If someone wants to buy a sub $200 to $300 card, use Ampere is the way to go, right? So
Yeah.
go use Ampere, you can get that, right? Not only just that, but they're gonna make the argument that the cost of manufacturing these cards are more expensive as well. And to an extent, it's true because if you look at the amount of energy that these cards use, you have to have a really intricate PCB design and cooler design for it as well. So people think that the reference prices are expensive. Wait until you see the AIB
The
pricing.
afterboard partners or
Add-in board partner
add-in
prices
board
are
partners
going
gonna
to
be
be
fucking
ridiculous,
crazy.
but I think it's going to backfire because, like I mentioned earlier, overall demand for these cards are not going to be there.
Exactly.
No, yeah, exactly.
They're going to be forced to drop prices anyways. So they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Be
They
funny.
oversupplied Ampere in the market, right? Demand is down because we're in a global recession. So a lot of people who wanted to buy their parts, they already did it. And once they see these, they're gonna be like, fuck this. I'm not gonna buy this card because whatever situation that they're in financially. And then it's just a matter of like, hey, who's gonna spend $2,000 on a card when they just did it already?
No, yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. And like I said, you have to essentially build an entirely new PC because you need a new power supply. They're like, oh, AMD and Intel came out with a new processor. Got to buy the processor, motherboard. You got to buy DDR5. I'm telling you, PSUs are going to get scalped. DDR5 might get scalped as well, even though there's a bit more supply for RAM now than there was a year ago. So I don't think DDR5 is going to get scalped that
But
hard.
do
I
we?
think for the
When do
models
we
that are
see
good-
DDR5 being like fully utilized? Because I know it's like, oh, this is going to be the future, but like no one
It's already being utilized. If you
like
if you
to
look at,
like a great extent, or is it like not to the
yeah.
okay?
You can get some massive performance increases with DDR5 over DDR4. If
Okay.
you watch actually overclock, he has a lot of videos showing him overclocking DDR5 and showing the difference between DDR5 and DDR4. There's some really fast kits out there with some tight timings, and yeah, you get some really nice performance, especially at like lower resolutions. It's insane.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, this 40 series, unless you're getting the 4090, this shit is a bust. That 4080 is not worth it.
Like I think the 4090s, either you want to get a bunch of frames at 1440p, or you're gaming at 4K.
Well, yeah, those are the two options. Huh? Unless you have a 500 or 500 monitor, 500
hertz.
refresh rate.
Yeah.
Now that'll be
Because if
interesting,
you're trying to game at 1080p, you don't need none of this.
Still getting to 1080p.
I said the same thing about Ampere. Like, honestly, if you're a 1080p gamer, why do you need anything over a 3070 or a 6700 XT at that low resolution?
Yeah.
But if you're a competitive gamer, then obviously you're playing like 240 hertz. So you want the higher end card because it can push those frames as well as a really good CPU as well. But these cards are, like I said, they're targeted towards 4K gamers. That's the marketing for high-end Lovelace. That was the marketing for high-end Ampere is 4K gaming, right?
Yep.
So if you're not gaming at 4K for these cards, what are you really doing? Because it reaches a point for some of these games that the engine's not going to let you run past a certain frame rate, and it's just diminishing returns.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But that's where you just push graphics detail though.
Yep.
That's where like you want to be able to run the games looking the best at the highest resolution you can. That's basically it. Or at the highest fidelity that you can. I mean.
And that's when we have to get engines to be updated, and we need to stop this cross-gen development because
Dude, cross-gen
honestly,
needs
the
to
game-
go, dude. I'm
games are
sorry.
being harmed.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, that is true. Cross-gen is trash.
It's like, dude, we're 2 years in, man. Literally about to be 2 years in, and we're still in cross-gen.
Yep.
I'm sorry, dude. We can't wait for everybody.
And there's still games that are gonna be cross-gen, like fucking, what do you call it? The Yakuza game, 2024.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Yakuza's not
2024
demanding
cross-gen.
though. Man, Yakuza's not demanding.
Man, stop this.
Bro, Yakuza Zero was on
They could do
PS3.
more.
Yakuza Zero was on PS3.
You know what game?
Yeah,
I'm glad is
Yakuza
not
Zero
cross-gen?
looks like a PS3 game. Yeah, exactly.
But they didn't. But they don't need to do
Tekken.
much.
Tekken 8's
Bro,
not cross-gen. I
Yakuza
love it.
7.
Yeah, yeah,
Yakuza
Tekken 8's
7 is dropping frame rates on fucking next gen, bro. They could
everything-
definitely push that engine harder. Let's be fucking honest.
I mean, they said they
My
might.
It's
theory is-
dropping frame rates on current gen.
My theory
I mean,
is
like,
this.
but the scale of those games aren't really like that scale.
So make it next gen only. Like, come on, bro.
Like,
My
yeah,
thing
the
is,
higher
if you
detail.
have a game that's good, right? Spider-Man is the prime example. Everybody was clowning Spider-Man when it came out on PS5, but as more consoles got in the wild, the game was fire and everybody bought the game. The same thing can happen with a lot of these titles if they say, "Hey, we're just gonna drop it on the series consoles and PS5 and call it a day." As more and more people get the console, they're gonna buy the game because they want to experience it.
It's like there's already a good install base for fucking current gen. So let's be fucking honest.
Yeah,
like,
and doesn't Sony brag about
20 million
we have
deep.
20 million? We have 20 million PS5s in the wild and stuff like that.
It's 20 million
stop
deep, so it's
cross-gen
like, what the
development. You
fuck?
can make money.
If we see what happened with RE4, I think they're making a PS4 with Japanese games because of Japan. Like, if anything.
The one game that should be cross-gen is Last of Us Remake, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, because that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Last of Us 2.
But yeah, like honestly, bro, it's like I don't know, man. But yeah, honestly, overall 40 series, the 4090 got me interested, of course, but like overall, that shit is the 80 cards are trash.
Hey,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
man,
I'm going to look
I-
at
I-
once
that
you-
Founders,
like,
man.
I will say, if you're gonna get a 4090, like I said, man, once you have it in your hands, sell your other GPU and
I'm not
give
selling
you a
my
cushion.
3080 because EVGA, but
damn,
yeah,
are
I'm not
you
selling
keeping it
but
because of
yeah, I'm keeping it. It's
a collector's item?
Yeah, I'm keeping it. But what I was gonna say, yeah, but I want to honestly, I want to see what AMD does. I kind of want to switch to AMD if they like do better with cost less money and less wattage. I'll switch to AMD. But the only thing that's gonna suck is the fucking DLSS 3, because like that shit looks fucking crazy. That's
My thing.
it's like 3 times the performance. It's like DLSS 2 is good, but DLSS 3 is gonna be even better. They're not even, and the thing is, like, there's essentially it's gonna be like no ghosting because it's frame interpolation, but it's AI. And like I saw people were talking shit, like Alex was like, "Oh, it's frame interpolation. You can keep that." It's like, bro, it's AI frame interpolation. It's not.
So that's
we
what I
on
was
different
asking.
levels,
Like
bro.
we were
It's
talking
on
about
different
this
levels, bro.
before. So like, does he really have the full picture? I feel like no one really has the full picture unless
We
get
don't have
people-
the full picture.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need reviewers to get their hands in the cards and really break it down. Digital Foundry, Hardware Unbox, Gamer Nexus, like these guys.
Yeah,
need
because
to
then they'll
drop
say,
their
"Oh, there's
reviews in the
actual
card.
like really bad input lag and whatnot." Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Mhm.
Even so, like, yeah, input lag is the only thing that is of a true concern, I would say. But it's like they,
and
already
how
know.
much
they,
of
they,
okay,
they've-
let's
wait,
say
hold
theoretically.
on. Hold
Okay,
on.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
also implemented NVIDIA Reflex. That has been a thing for
Yeah,
a long
That's
time.
true.
So like, if input lag is your problem, you're gonna have
Enable
the same
reflex.
input. Yeah, just put that on, and you're gonna have the same input lag whether
That's
you
the
have
Uno
it on or
reverse
not.
card. That's the Uno reverse card right there.
And
Come on.
that is why people saying, oh, input lag for it is like almost a moot point, because like if you have reflex on, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, because God of War, if I remember, had DLSS and NVIDIA Reflex, for PC, if I recall correctly. So it's
Yeah, I
just
think
Even
so,
like
too.
a lot of the first person shooter games as well that have DLSS have reflex enabled in it as well.
exactly. So it's like, and then like especially let's say if it is what it is, and there's somehow like some input lag. Like it depends also on the degree of it as well as like the games, right? If it's a competitive shooter, then we don't use the 3.0, and they need to fix it or something like that. But like if it's in a single player game and it's not
I'm
that
not gonna.
bad,
Yeah, if it's not like fucking terrible, I'm not gonna fucking care.
exactly, especially in a single player game. Like it's
the-
different with a competitive shooter. If you're trying to go pro and stuff like that, of course that's an issue and whatnot.
But like they can literally have that, and it could still have like less input lag than a console, like, and have like way higher frame rates. Like you just have reflex on with DLS 3, and it could have the same or less than console and still have way higher frame rates. So it's like, who fucking cares?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna be interested to see if AMD announces FSR 3.0 during their.
they should, right?
I mean, they have already announced 2 like a few months ago. They can't just go to 3 all of a sudden.
Maybe
Yes, they
2.5.
can.
Shoot.
Yes, they can.
2.5.
It's AMD, man.
Dude, listen.
Listen.
Didn't NVIDIA just do like 2.1 or 2.2?
Yeah,
like,
they did
No, they
1.1,
do
2.2.
they do incremental upgrades. They go to
Yeah.
like 2.4 and shit. But I mean, those are incremental upgrades. They didn't announce those upgrades.
I'm telling
They
you,
only
man.
announced. They
You
only
never know,
announced
man.
3.
AMD could go
has
crazy.
money now. They got money now, so they can have a huge turnaround. And be like, yo, we were already working on 3.0 after we dropped 2.0. We not sleeping over here. We working.
Yeah,
Nah.
anything is possible.
Nah,
shoot.
they're not.
'Cause
Gonna
you know
announce it that
that's a selling point, or at least, hey, FSR 3.0 is coming soon. More details in the coming months. That's what they have to say. That's what they gotta say. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's like I pull on Xbox. Is that what you're trying to say?
Massive pull at Xbox.
Nah, they'll deliver. That's the difference.
Okay, can we? I wanted to bring this up one more time. When people brought up the prices, it's like, oh, these prices. If you buy this type of GPU, you can't complain about $70 game. That
Hey, man,
whole-
they
that
might have
that
a-
that that
hey,
is
man.
annoying,
That goofy
bro.
shit.
Hey man, they might have a
False
point,
equivalency,
They might-
man. That is
have
such a
False
false equivalency.
equivalency, exactly.
It's so annoying because one is like, you're buying like,
It's
you're buying
versus
hardware, man.
software. It's not the same shit, bro. Yeah, Chris really
That was
thought
a
he was on the
reach.
one saying that shit. I'm like,
That
nigga,
was
yeah,
that was a reach, man.
bro. It was like I disputed that argument fucking like a year ago or months ago when they originally brought that shit up. Like, that's just a dumb fucking argument. It's not the same shit, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same. It's like you're comparing hardware, whereas you're trying to increase your frame rate and all these other things, which I completely forgot to mention that NVIDIA is having their own like type of mod where like developers can implement ray tracing within that.
That AI upscaler is crazy, or the AI renderer or whatever that shit's
Yeah.
called. That shit's fucking crazy. I'm not gonna hold you.
So it's like there's a lot to it. So it's just like in 3.0 for DLSS, and I don't understand where we get the $70 price tag. Like my thing is, it's like, listen, will I buy a game that I'm interested in, and will I pay $70 for it on a console? And I can't wait for it on PC for like Green Man Gamer or something like that. Like when it comes to Final Fantasy 16, probably. But am I gonna like it? Am I gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna get it? And like, no, like for me, when it comes to PC and it's like $70, like I'm not gonna pay for it a second time. Like it is what it is. Like I try to have that where in my own moral stance when it comes to PC that we don't have $70 games. But
I mean, there's already $70 games on PC.
okay,
so
yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that, but they have not really come out. Like the
haven't
only one you
flooded
could
the
really
market.
say
You
is
got, like,
FF7
one or two.
Remake, and they even knew in the beginning that they had to slash their price to $50.
There's a Forspoken $70.
Is that pre-order?
And that game,
Has
that game has
wait,
not hit the
wait.
top seller.
Wait, has the
That
game
not hit
has the
top
game?
seller.
To be fair, it has not come out yet. Just like Modern
What game?
Warfare 2.
Forspoken?
Yes,
Forspoken?
Forspoken's gonna flop.
it definitely
That
is
game's
on
gonna
PC
flop.
as
It hasn't
well.
even hit top seller like once.
I think it'll be top
That
seller when it
game-
comes out.
No,
I
it
mean,
will
I-
not. No, it will
No,
not.
is it hard to be top seller? I mean, Call to the Lamb was a top seller.
It
It's gonna
shouldn't.
be a top seller for like a day and then fall off the fucking charts. That
But
game's
that's
gonna be
the-
rough.
And that's I mean, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying like it
What are they using? That
Yeah, but
Luminous engine?
you're trying to get a rile out, Alicia. I know what you're doing, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck. That game's not gonna sell well. Like, even on
It's not.
PlayStation, I don't even think it's gonna sell well on a
Hey,
PlayStation.
man, hey man, it's not selling well because people don't like black women. So
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's not only
man.
just that, dude. That game
I'm
is so
joking.
Yeah,
game
I
goes
see
off
what
on a
you're saying.
I'm
very
joking.
bad
I'm
night.
joking. I was pulling a Kids Move Lock moment.
Oh
where
yeah.
Lock was
Oh
black,
yeah, I
that's why they
forgot
look-
Kid said that, didn't
Yeah,
he?
Lock was
Bro,
black.
I'm keeping
I
a
didn't even
bug,
know
bro.
it. I didn't even
Locke
know he
was
black.
probably like they had the what was it? Luke Cage actor. I forgot his name. And yo, Luke Cage, way better. Like I don't even think he acted in the game. Just used his face.
No, he acted. He was.
Oh, he was in
actually
the.
playing the
Okay.
character. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the writing of
Yeah,
that
the
game
writing made
sucked.
it so
didn't do it
bland. It was
justice.
like robotic in a
You
way.
look at his lore. His lore was actually really
Because
good,
I think
but
the actor is good.
don't
Like
know
in
why
Luke Cage, he was
bad.
really good in Luke Cage.
yeah, he's not bad. He's really good talent. It's just the fact that the writing of the game and the story was just complete garbage.
Oh yeah.
So bad, man. Well, fuck
But no,
Halo.
like also like, dude, when we go to Forspoken, that game is made by Final Fantasy 15 devs. Enough said on
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
That's like-
FF15 wasn't good because they didn't give Nomura what he wanted, so that's why.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it was I don't know, it was
Yeah.
Frankenstein monster, and they rebooted it, and it's not even the same story. It's literally way different.
Yep.
So-
Yo, can I say something about that Yakuza thing?
Oh
That's
boy, here we go. Here we
Yo,
go.
okay. Yo, Red Hood, you like that? Like what they doing with that like Kiru's hair? Like you like that? You like they made it
Dude,
into
listen,
BTS?
I streamed it, and I did not like it. I
They
think
made
the
it
hair
into
looked.
BTS.
I think
You like?
I hated the hair choice. I think it looked
Made
bad,
it to BTS.
and
Wait for
hopefully it's
what?
not permanent
Kiru's
throughout the
hair.
whole
They,
game.
they give him like the J-Hope fucking Jimin fucking hair, bro. It's
They
crazy.
made like they did comparisons
wait,
of
for
like
what
Yu
game?
Narukami.
Like a Dragon 8, because it's not called Yakuza anymore.
Basically,
Like a
you're
Dragon-
having two main
Oh.
characters,
You didn't see
Kiryu,
You didn't
as
see
well as
I don't remember. seeing that,
Ichiban.
no.
He had
Well,
like he has like Dante hair now.
This is why BTS is terrible.
No,
Yeah,
BTS
but
is
listen,
alright.
listen.
BTS is actually not terrible. You're true.
Korean,
I mean, Kiryu is having his own game coming out next year.
Korean,
Okay,
Korean
like, and
pop
and
is
this is
terrible.
and Red Hood. You know
Mm.
how much I've been saying this, and I've been saying this. If they fix Yakuza 6,
They're not
what
going
that
to,
game
bro.
was-
They're
if
okay.
if they
It
give
happens
me-
after
all I
6.
want-
There's no way they're gonna fix it. It literally happens
all I want-
right after 6.
Okay, all I want though, I'm just wishing on a star. I'm just hoping they have like they fix what happened. They did to Haruka. They fix that. If they
Dude,
do
she's not
that,
even gonna be.
I'm buying
Okay, what happens if she's not even a part of the story?
it. I'm not getting it. Easy.
She's
I'm
not
not
gonna
buying
be a
it. No,
part of it.
I'm not buying it. If they don't fix 6 in this 7 game, I'm not buying it.
Because you know what this game's supposed to be? It's supposed to take place literally right after 6, going
Yeah.
into 7, and ending before 8.
Yeah.
Basically, so they're
I
basically
can't-
trying
I
to
can't
explain
believe what I want.
explain as to like he's getting the job to bodyguard that character in 7, and then explain as to how he got the job, and then
Yeah.
going into the events of 8, because
Yeah,
they're
they-
not even
they-
going to call it Yakuza anymore. They're calling
know,
it
it's
like a dragon, which
The dumbest thing
supposedly.
I've ever-
But the
It's
thing,
really-
to be fair, is it the dumbest thing? Because in Japan, it's always been like a dragon.
Well, it just got big internationally, and now you're already gonna confuse the brand. Like that's not a good look.
I don't
think.
know. I think if it was the original intention of Like a Dragon throughout the whole entire series, and I didn't know that because I didn't research this. I got no problem with them switching the moniker to that.
Hey man, you're a Yakuza damage controller, so of course you.
No, I'm not. You Blessed is more of a damage controller than me. What?
That's true. Well, Bless didn't play all the games though. He's not really a true fan. You know? He still hasn't
All I
played all-
gotta say is I didn't like 6. Right? I think there were problems with 6, and I think there were problems with 7.
Problems. There were catastrophes with that game. There were
Okay.
absolute
I don't
like Halo
disagree.
5. Yo, like people like.
Okay, no
it
way,
was
no,
Halo
we are
5.
not doing
It was
this.
a Halo
We are not
5.
doing
Yes,
this.
it was a Halo 5 of Yakuza. Absolutely, 100%.
You're not doing this.
Absolutely. How is it not?
Listen, Halo 5 just made me want to
Bro, what they
like
did to
make me
Haruka
want to
was
bash a controller against my head. Okay.
Bro, I couldn't sleep until I beat that game. I literally had to pull an all-nighter to beat Yakuza 6. I couldn't sleep. That's how mad it made me. I've never been so mad at a game before until that game. Like straight up. It was actually pretty remarkable how mad that game made me though. I'll give it that.
Hmm.
But so I hope they fix I hope they like do some redemption in that Kiryu game. Like something, you know what I mean?
Well, they're saying it's supposed to be like an expansion similar to. This is supposed to be a standalone game, not a full game. Very
Yeah.
much like Miles Morales, as well as like a little bit bigger, but still about the same size as the Lost Judgment expansion.
How long was that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't get to play it. Dude, I literally forgot. Like, they didn't really, like, I feel like they didn't advertise that expansion. And I didn't even know it came out. And I have the ultimate edition of the game. So.
Oh, wow.
Expansion for
Lost
Like a
Judgment.
Dragon? Oh, Lost Judgment.
Lost
Oh,
Judgment.
shit.
You know what's crazy? That has an expansion, but 7 didn't.
I mean, 7. Well, who wants to play a 7 expansion?
Shut the fuck up.
Who really wants to play that? Like,
Damn. But
Your
it was
opinion-
weird.
your
I will
opinion is
say,
irrelevant
I will say,
'cause
it
you
is
didn't
weird
play it.
though that they want to have 2 main characters now.
I mean, they
In
did that.
a-
They did that in 0.
Zero, they did, but it's like
And
my thing is,
4
it
and
to be fair.
5.
To
They're-
be
it's gonna be
fair
cool,
though,
bro. I don't
it's
know.
like they're
It's gonna be
trying to
cool.
do this whole thing again of passing the torch. I feel like they're doing Ichiban as the future and Kiryu as the past. That's literally what the producer / director said. So it's just
Yeah,
like,
Ichiban is the future, bro.
okay, yes, and I realize that, but why do we need Kiryu again? If you know what I mean?
Because for fan service, like
Oh, I see what you mean.
fan service.
Yeah, fan service, because y'all, like, niggas like him is gonna cry. Niggas like Alicia's
But
gonna
my
cry.
thing is,
No,
Ichi,
they should have
you know,
killed
I
him
still-
off in 6. They should have killed him off in
Yeah, I
6.
do think so,
well,
too.
I like they were pussy for not killing him off. Absolutely.
But
I-
let's be fair though. Like,
I
the
mean,
man,
realistically,
to be
like,
fair though, you could even argue he should have died in 2.
he should have died in 3. I think 3 should have been like.
Because
Yeah,
dude, that man
but-
got shot like twice, I think, in 2, and he
But-
still
like,
didn't
in
die.
3
This man got
three
stabbed
got
with
crippled.
poison, and he still didn't die in 2.
But
Yeah, I know.
in 3 he got
Don't
crippled.
worry about it.
So like he was in the orphanage, got crippled and everything like that. So that could have been like this is like the end of my journey. I'm just gonna sit here in the orphanage and like I'm done. You know what I mean? Like
A lot of
I
people
think
don't
3
like 3 to be fair. Like people
no, I don't like. No, I don't like.
consider
either,
it as like
but
the black sheep.
Oh,
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
franchise.
Yeah, it was. I think 4 Kudo was unnecessary. 4 he should not have been in that game. The fact that he was in the end, like only in the end, just shows
Mhm.
like he should not have been in that game.
Yeah, but
Uh,
it is what
yeah.
it is.
if 2 was his last game, that would have been fire though. If he
Yeah.
died in 2, that would have been fire.
Okay, so let's go into the Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Direct happened.
Ew.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like it felt like on the timeline, everyone was hyping up the Nintendo Direct. I was at the car dealership for them to fix up my car, and I was waiting for 6 hours or so. And I said, "Well, I'm gonna stream this later." And everyone was hyped, and people were giving it like a B or an A, right? And I was like, "Oh, this show's gonna be really good." And I watched it after the State of Play. I streamed it. I was like, dude, this show is kind of not that great. Like,
Hmm.
I'm being honest. Like, I'm watching this direct, and I was just like, Bayo 3, like, listen, I'm not a big Bayonetta fan. I think, and I've said this multiple times, that Bayonetta is a poor man's version of Devil May Cry. I am sorry. I've always, like, want to say that because Bayonetta is just not that good. So when I saw that, it is what it is. But
Really?
this whole show felt like a farming simulator. Literally farming sim after farming sim after farming sim after
Animal
farming sim.
Crossing, the Animal
Stardew
Crossing,
Valley, Animal Crossing,
what do you call it?
Terraria.
I was just like, dude, are we done with farming? Nope, we got another one. I was like, the only farming sim game I'm interested in is by Square Enix, and that is Harvest Stella. Only good one. Like from everything I've seen. What else was like Pikmin? A new Pikmin game's happening.
Yo, and that Pikmin was funny because like Miyamoto said, like 2015, that game's almost done. 2015.
Oh, man.
2015.
Yeah, like, there's like a meme in Nintendo
Holy
where it's
shit.
like Miyamoto Pikmin 4. He's like, it's almost done. It's gonna come out soon.
Oh,
in
yeah.
2015.
Is it like fucking? Oh god, is it like oh god? It sounds like fucking One Piece. Like yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah,
almost
it's
done.
like 7 years later.
Oh dude.
Yeah, so like I don't know, man. That direct, I was just like, it was a
Triangle
slog to get
Strategy.
through.
Triangle Strategy going to PC is nice. I do like that.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's coming to
that was-
PC. Octopath Traveler 2 they announced.
Yep.
You know, and that was
Uh,
going to PC and PlayStation.
Yeah.
And what else happened in that direct? I'm trying to remember before we get into like the last game, which
Emblem,
I'm
right?
gonna have a rant about.
Fire Emblem, right?
Fire Emblem. I'm gonna keep it a bug, dude. That trailer, like, dude, I love Three Houses. It kind of mid.
Three
That's
Mouse?
showing the whatever this new Fire Emblem looked kind of mid to me.
People saying about Persona.
Which one are you
Got
talking?
Persona.
Three Houses got Persona, or
No,
you
no,
think...
like the new one. The new one.
Oh, I think the art style changed a bit too. But I heard like supposedly Three Houses wasn't done by this team. That Three Houses like either had help with Koei Tecmo, or Koei Tecmo made that game, Three Houses. So that's all I gotta say on that matter. Am I missing anything, Bless? Like any like noteworthy things before we get to the last game?
I definitely did not watch that Nintendo Direct, bro.
Add
I
to
never,
Ryza.
I
That
never,
looked fire.
Which one?
I never watched that shit. Honestly.
Atelier Ryza 3.
Oh wait,
It's a
that one was
RPG.
okay. That one actually caught my interest. You're right about that one.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good. You know, nice little JRPG coming to Switch. Yo, Switch Sports got golf. Oh my god, that's the best thing that ever fucking happened, man. Come on.
Is it with motion controls?
Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame. I think that's coming to
Fatal
PC
Frame
too,
again?
right?
Or is it a sequel?
I think that's coming to PC, right, or no?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This
I
is
think
this
so,
is
I
the
think
game
it
that
is.
looks like a PS2 game.
Oh, is it
Let me
just
see.
a
Is it
remaster?
Project Zero? Is this the game? Yeah, early
No,
2023.
Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar
Wait,
Eclipse.
yeah. That's Master of the Lunar Eclipse. Yeah, it's coming out in 2023. It's on PC as well.
Yep, that game does not look good.
Dude, has Fatal Frame been good for a minute? If we're being honest,
I mean, that's a classic of some kind. Whatever.
I mean, it
don't know.
was a
Yeah,
classic.
You just play that. You play that on the arcade machine somewhere.
Arcade?
She's
Nah,
been
that's not even an
strong.
arcade game.
You ever been to like a barcade?
Oh, actually,
It should be
no.
in- It should be in one of those.
Yeah, I wanna
Oh,
go
that's
to
a
those.
fun. That's a fun time, man. Barcades.
Yeah, I want to go to
Amazing.
one soon, actually.
I
Just
mean-
go there. You pull up on the girl, like, oh, you playing Pac-Man? I'm good at Pac-Man. Want a drink?
Dude, the only place that has like a barcade, like you're describing, feels like Dave and Buster's.
No, there's other
But
places
there's like
though.
there's
I
like
got-
legit barcades. Like it's insane.
yeah, there's a place next to me called like Twin Peaks as a barcade.
Oh, Twin Peaks? No, actually, no. I only went to Twin Peaks because of the Floyd and McGregor fight, and it was outside. That we were near it. I never went into the Twin Peaks though.
Oh, but yeah, that's one of them.
All right, I think that's really it. Like, in terms of the direct, I think the direct wasn't that good. But let's go into the game that is supposed to come out in May, and that is the new Breath of the Wild sequel. I think Tears of something Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. They
Rest
said it
in
was a.
peace, Queen.
they said they
Queen
said
Bozo.
so. They said it's supposed to be a spoiler, and listen, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Chris got it somehow. He was going into like the YouTube analyst like videos or analysis videos on it. So maybe he knew.
So their name's a spoiler.
So maybe it is a spoiler, but I'm gonna keep it a like every time
don't
they
care
show
about
this
that
game,
story.
they're barely showing this game. Like, am I
they need
wrong?
to do like a dedicated event showing more of it. They're like, oh, you're falling from a sky, and there's like other flying mechanics and stuff like that. But we don't know what the gameplay is like, which is leading me to believe that this is probably going to be a God of War Ragnarok situation where it looks very similar. It probably has a lot of the same mechanics, but some new things that they can say it's a brand new game. I don't know, man. I'm excited to play it on PC though.
Dude, don't hear let other people hear you say that because I get very angry about that.
Oh, I don't care, bro. Listen, like I have a Switch.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
playing
buy
this
the
on
game for the
PC too.
Switch just to say, hey,
Or you
I
could
support
technically
the
dump it
devs.
into this. You know what? I'll stop there. I mean, you could
I'll
just dump
post-
it
I'll
either
post
way.
a picture. I'll post a picture with me holding the case, and then I'm gonna show me playing the game at 60 frames on my PC.
I'm playing that shit at unlocked frame rates. I don't honestly for Zelda. I don't even want to play it on my on the Steam Deck. I'm just gonna play it at 100 FPS on my PC instead.
Mm.
It's gonna look better. So
Like for
It's gonna
me,
look better. It's gonna feel better.
they got like how many months until this game comes out? I want to say like 8 months, about 8
Hmm.
months, give or take. So like they need to show that off kind of soon. I don't know when they'll do it, but they definitely do.
It's Zelda though. It's gonna have hype. It's gonna
Oh yeah,
sell
dude,
10
I'm
million
keeping a buck.
copies first
Like
month.
I don't
Like it's gonna be
disagree.
insane.
It's gonna be insane, but for me, it's like I'm not too excited for it. Like for me, I bought the Master Sword edition of the game, and I got so hyped to the point where I was disappointed with the game. Because when I saw that trailer, like the story trailer, quote unquote, and I was like, dude, this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna have a great story, and the bosses are gonna be amazing. Blah blah blah. And then when I played the game, I was just like, yo, the bosses are kind of mid. The story's very mid. And weapon durability system, hopefully they fix it in this game, is I don't and I understand that they want you to essentially pick up different weapons and being able to utilize more different like other different weapons, right? And my thing is it's
Yeah.
like that's fine, but I would think, and this is just me, if you're able to fortify your weapon or being able to repair it at a certain portion, right? Because if let's say like I don't know, maybe 2 strikes and after you hit it, it actually breaks. It doesn't get dull or anything. I'm fine with that if you still have a repair system in place, being able to collect items and whatnot to fix it.
Yeah, hopefully they listen to that feedback because there's other games that have durability systems where you can repair your items or even like enchant them and make them stronger and stuff like that. So hopefully they add that to the game because you have to do a decent bit of like resource mining inside that game and just like farming for shit, right? So why not just put it to where you farm for certain materials to be able to repair your weapon, and then for like the higher end weapons, just make it to where like there's an RNG system where it's pretty rare to find this particular item to repair because of how powerful that item
Exactly.
is. So it makes it that much more worth it. Where it's like, hey, maybe I don't want to use the Master Sword because if I break it, it's gonna be a while for me to find this piece of material based on the part of the map I'm in.
Yeah, like something like that, because that's like the one thing that turned me off. Like those were the things. I think the greatest aspect of it was just like exploring the world and the shrines. I actually really enjoyed the shrines in terms of like the puzzle, like the puzzles within it, and I thought that was dope. But like overall, like I think bosses, maybe they might have fixed it with the expansions. I never bought the expansions for Breath of the Wild, but the bosses weren't very intuitive when it came to Breath of the Wild. So I thought it was too easy, and like the characters were uninteresting, the champions were uninteresting. So I was just hoping that with the sequel they will rectify that. But yet again, it is Nintendo, and I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. Like they just don't do that.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Like for me, like state of play, not state of play. This Nintendo Direct was all right. I guess I got too much into the hype for it because I didn't expect so many farming sims. So, yeah. Let's go
Fair enough.
into before that. Go into the whole Bonnie Ross because I forgot to mention that. So Bonnie Ross put out a statement, said she has to step down due to medical, like something happening in the family in terms of medical, and
Yes.
now
sir.
there has been a huge change or a lot of positions being made in order for her to step down, and a lot of that power is being separated, if that makes sense. A lot of the responsibilities being separated to new positions is what I'm gathering. And seeing this shakeup happening, like I will put in my tinfoil hat and say, do I believe that statement? And I will say this, that it is a possibility that she's telling the truth, but I just find it too convenient for this to happen. And a lot of statements like this in higher positions have been stated for them not to get a bad look within the company. Therefore, they're just like, hey, we're going to have you out of the company, but we're going to have you put something out that makes it look more graceful. It happens quite a bit, more often than people think.
Oh yeah, they do that a lot in corporate America where they're like a situation went down and the person who's in charge has to quote unquote retire or step down for their position because they don't want to get fired officially. Plus, there's other people that want to cover for them as well. So somebody higher up will say, "Hey, man, this is a really shitty situation. You should just step down right now before other people get involved. We get third parties and stuff like that." I think overall, like Halo's in the gutter. A lot of that has to do with the way Microsoft handled the situation and seeing the state of the game and not taking control and saying, "Hey, you guys need to get your stuff together before we're gonna make some changes." And then it's just a shitty development cycle. I mean, leading up to the launch of Halo Infinite, there were a lot of reports of producers leaving, multiplayer devs leaving, composers leaving. Like a composer leaving the project? Like, what do you mean? It's just bad. So from the top down, it's just a very shitty situation overall. I have no faith in 343 Industries as a studio making Halo at all. I think that they should just make something else because
Agreed.
this is the worst launch Halo game next to MCC, right? And the guy that they put in charge he was in charge of making sure that MCC got back on the right track. So can he replicate what he did with MCC on Infinite? Most likely. Like the foundation's there. I always say this, like the foundation for Halo Infinite is there in terms of the gameplay, right? The gameplay isn't the issue. It's the lack of content and the lack of features in the game that's not keeping people interested.
As well as
And
the battle
then-
pass too. Like that battle pass
the
is so
battle
bare
pass-
bones.
It's bare bones. There's no ranking system inside the game, no global ranking system at least. There's a rank playlist, but in terms of a global ranking system to level up in, there's none of that inside the game. Limited modes. I mean, we're talking about game modes that's been in the game since Halo 2 that they have to introduce now. That's not there at launch. So it's just it's a fucked up situation all around. And the fact that these multiplayer devs don't get it, they're like, "Oh, Halo's always been a competitive shooter first." No. Halo's always been the game that, people had LAN parties, they had fun. It was just a fun experience where everyone got together with their friends and just hopped on and played. Competitive came later in the game and was just an offshoot of the experience that was already there. But that wasn't the primary focus.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's just bad, but I'm about to head out because I gotta get ready for tomorrow.
Oh man, appreciate you coming through.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys have a good night.
You too, man.
Peace.
Peace. And I agree. Like what Jay was saying, I agree quite a bit when it comes to that, because Halo is in the gutter,
Yeah.
and I think he was right in terms of the cultural hype, back in the day when it came to Halo, right? Like a lot of companies back then, a lot of companies going into multiplayer, games wanted to replicate that same success and have that same cultural phenomenon, and they could never replicate it. And Halo became such this huge power staple of Xbox/Microsoft, and it's dead. Like it's dying. Can this dude really bring it back? It's a possibility. It's happened before, but they gotta churn out so much content, and I don't think that's the case. I don't think the 10-year thing will continue, and I do think they should make a brand new IP and put Halo on ice. And I think they should do the same thing with Gears of War. And another thing to add, a lot of people don't realize, is if Microsoft can't handle their own first-party studios, what makes people think that they're able to handle acquisitions and being able to manage them? Because they're going in this hands-off approach, and it's not benefiting them at all. It's not. The initiative, people leaving, all this talent leaving because this game is not coming out. Therefore, they had to get Crystal Dynamics to help them out. Then you had issues with, we mentioned Halo, as well as you got Rare not being able to make whatever the hell that game's being made. And the list goes on and on, right? What I think Microsoft needs to do is Matt Booty, who's in charge of first party, needs to start not giving them such this free reign. I think there is, before we had Xbox going in being super controlling, and then now they're giving it and that was very like imposing. That was very restrictive. People left, and projects became worse. Now it's to the point where games aren't coming out. There is development trouble, and they're being way hands off. There is always a middle ground, and Xbox has not found that yet.
Yeah, honestly, they're just they need to not hands on anymore, or they need to be they need to not be not hands on. They need to be hands on. They're just I don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. Glad Bonnie Ross is gone though. That's we throwing parties for that. Glad she's gone. Some people in the community didn't know that was a woman, but you know.
Yeah.
They tell us how much they pay attention. But yeah, glad she's definitely gone. But and though one thing that is kind of scary though is another person that's gone is the what is it, the head of the engine, which is fucking I don't know if that's good or bad, because that engine is like their biggest problem with like releasing fast updates and changes. So him being gone is like, what the fuck? Isn't he like the expert of it? So that's kind of scary. But yeah, honestly, this game is just in a terrible state, and there's really nothing that can save it at this point.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just fucked. It's done for.
Agreed. So let's go into state of play. I don't think there's anything left besides state of play, right? Oh wait, we could. No, there's two things. The Insider, right? The Insider who was leaking a lot of the things, such as Ubisoft, Konami, Metal Gear Solid, God of War being at state of play, some David Hayter stuff, Silent Hill, and all this stuff, right? And the whole Ubisoft Forward event. Yeah, he made an oopsies. And he found out to be a YouTube personality. And he broke a lot of NDAs.
Oh yeah, that was trash.
I was like, bruh.
That guy is goofy for that shit.
I was like, bro, get ready, man, because man, you might need a good lawyer.
Up.
You might need a good lawyer, Bucko. You might need a good one.
Fucked up. He's definitely gonna need one.
Because that's a yikes, man. Secrets, man.
Yeah, oof. He fucked up with that shit for sure.
Yeah, so it is what it is. And one of the biggest news that happened on a Sunday, which right after this we'll go to the last topic, which is state of play, was GTA 6 got leaked.
Yes, sir. The biggest leak in ever.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is true. This going on rumors right now when it comes to how this was obtained. Some people said like one of the Rockstar employees clicked like something which they got phished or something like that, and they went to the servers or whatnot. Now, Rockstar is claiming though that the person does not have the source code, but the person that does have these videos and whatnot are claiming that they do have the source code.
Yep.
So I don't know who to believe really.
Liar?
I feel like Rockstar would want no one to really worry. So they would want to say, like, no, they don't have any compromising things in source code. But it seemed very confident that the person thinks that they do. That thinks that
I think they
have
fucking do, to be honest.
They said they have the source code for 5, and it's unclear whether or not they have the source code for 6.
They sold the one for 5 too.
Yeah, and they said for 6, like, they wouldn't take anything under 5 figures or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I could be wrong. So, but supposedly they did post something on a forum, and it might have showed their address, but deleted immediately. So I don't know if that was also true.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff going on. People got shocked, had like surprise Pikachu face, and was just like, "Whoa, why does this game look like this?" I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, it was a 2019 build. Yeah, people are stupid.
I was like, "Bro, what do you guys expect?" It's like the game ain't coming out for a minute, dude. Like,
and the build is from 2019. It's not even from this year. So, people are just goofy.
I know Salazar says 6 figures. I think I might have read it wrong because I know, like, I thought I saw a tweet that said 5. So maybe they misquoted. But yeah,
I mean,
six
he
figures.
sold he sold the yeah, I didn't even pay attention to you saying that for a second. He sold the GTA 5 one for 6 figures. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you sold the other one for less, that makes no sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna ask for at least that or more.
So
He sold it for like 5 Bitcoin, which is like 100K.
So I'm trying to think of, yeah, people had like surprise Pikachu face and was just like, oh shoot, I'm shocked. Like games look like no, like I don't know how people are shocked by that. It's like, yeah, the game's graphically not gonna look that great. It's not even in like the polish phase and whatnot, or like creating everything. Like, but now with the source code potentially being like, people say, "Oh, we're still going to be, on target internally." They say on target.
No, that's
So
cap,
internally, I don't think this game is coming out in 2024 or 2025, whatever the targeted release window was. Add another 2 years to it, probably,
2-3 years, honestly.
because of the source code.
Yeah. There's no way they're gonna hit.
It happened with Half-Life, right? And then they had to delay that for like a minute, if I recall, with source code. It ruined some studios, supposedly. I know somebody in like Luca's podcast said that. He's a developer, and like one of their source codes got leaked, and literally their studio
the
might
guy
have crumbled. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it would definitely ruin a studio because it could definitely ruin a studio because you have to restart development from the beginning.
Yep.
Essentially. So imagine GTA 6 having to restart development. We're not getting it to 2030.
We're gonna be old as hell, man.
Yep.
That's
I'm
like
gonna have kids, and
8
my kids
years,
are gonna be
dude.
my kids are gonna be in elementary by then. It's gonna
Yeah.
be crazy.
So that's gonna be a minute. So let's go to state of play, right? State of play. So honestly, I kind of enjoyed the state of play. There was 1 or 2 games I didn't enjoy, but overall I thought it was really cool. You had Tekken 8 show up, and in-engine 60 FPS. Shocked that Tekken looked that good. It's, I think, running on Unreal Engine 5, because Tekken usually doesn't look graphically that great.
Yeah, I mean 7 looks good, but that 8 looks crazy high key.
Like,
So
it looks
crazy.
really good, and I'm hyped for that game. And I'm definitely probably going to cop it when it comes to it. I need a fighting game. I'm definitely going to get Street Fighter 6 as well. But
That also looks fucking crazy.
But no, Tekken, like, graphically is just, looks amazing. After Tekken 8, I think they showed maybe Hogwarts Legacy. No, they showed VR games, like I said, which we can do a quick segue. Yes, PlayStation VR 2 will not be compatible with their older games. And in my head, I was like, but why? And then I saw Dustin Furman talk about it. They're using a different tracking system, and like there's no camera for it, and this and that, which they would have to redo the whole game. And essentially do that.
That's still fucking stupid, honestly. I don't care.
I don't disagree, but
it's a niche product, and you make it even more niche.
Okay, yes, and I agree with that, but
it's trash.
It breaks the game. So it's like Dustin made a good point where I was like, doesn't make sense, but then when they talk about it, I'm just like, okay, that starts to make sense. So it's just like one of those things where they would have to essentially go and remaster every game that they have and just put a patch, and that's gonna take a minute too.
That would be honestly.
And that depends on the studios working on that too, right?
Yeah.
So like, I doubt these studios that make PSVR games want to go back to do all that. So
nope, absolutely not.
So it is what it is. I think I'm basically, because that wasn't technically PlayStation VR tracking system kind of like cheeks too, in a way.
That I'm not sure of.
Because they use the camera with the PlayStation Move glowing balls.
Oh, the controller.
Yeah. And now they don't use those tech anymore. So it is what it is. Like I said, the only way is like get another PSVR and hook that up, I guess. That's the only way.
Would they?
I wouldn't, but we will see
Yeah.
if they will try to create a solution for it. But that's going to take some time, I think. All right, so let's go into... They showed Hogwarts Legacy, cool, hype, PlayStation exclusive quest, maybe less than an hour. Who cares? Still hyped for the game. So then they showed like an indie car game. I don't care. That's the one game I really did not care. I thought it was like,
I don't know. I didn't know what the fuck I was watching when I was seeing
yeah.
that, to
And
be
then
honest. I was
Corey like
what?
tweeted at him, the studio, with that game, and bro like tried to make him feel happy, and I was like, bro, I wasn't interested in the game, but hey, man, at least you got like to be shown off, I guess.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh yeah. Then they showed Ishin.
I don't know.
Ishin, the
Maybe play.
remake, right, of the game that was in the in Japan, never released in the West, and it's running on Unreal Engine 4. And it's coming out next year along with the Kuru game. So that's dope. I'm hyped for it. Can't wait to play it on PC.
Rest in peace, Dragon Engine, I guess.
Yeah, they said that the Kuru game as well as 8 will be running on Dragon Engine. So they're testing the waters to see whether or not they want to move, go towards the Unreal Engine or keep Dragon Engine. So we shall see. I still think like Dragon Engine, from what I've seen, still looks better than. But there, to be fair, we're using Unreal Engine 4. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna pick up that. I'm picking up all these Yakuza games, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm picking up all. But yeah, the game looked good though.
Yep, and then I want to I think that is it before the last 3 games, right? So Sony like basically at the end, PlayStation Star. That was one of the downsides of that show. I was like, oh my gosh, where they talk about digital collectibles within your PlayStation account. I was like, bro, I don't care. Give people like discount codes if you're like earning trophies and whatnot. Like a $10 coupon. Like, who cares about clicking on somebody's profile and seeing that they have a collectible item? It's just so stupid to me.
Yeah, that could have been a blog post. No one gives a fuck.
So, then we go into the Sony second-party publisher, and they're publishing these games. And Project Eve, Project Eve was shown first at the later part of the state of play, and jeez, that gameplay looking better than Bayonetta, as well as those physics.
It does look better graphically as well, because obviously stuck on the Switch, lol.
Yeah,
but yeah.
And
that game looks pretty as fuck, honestly.
Oh yeah, it's
The
made by
depth
the
of field
Korean
and
team,
shit.
right?
Look crazy.
Yeah, it's made by a Korean dev team, and Sony, like, it was multi-platform originally, and Sony's funding the game and publishing it now, so that's happening. So overall, now it's called Stellar Blade, PlayStation 5 console exclusive, going to PC. Looks great. Physics were going crazy after like one slight turn. I was like, damn, they don't do physics like that anymore. We're shocked. And then we had another Team Ninja game show up that PlayStation is publishing, and it's going to be a PlayStation 5 console exclusive. Finally, we're going into the territory of current gen games, along with Stellar Blade. Then we see Rise of the Ronin, right? Looks dope, has some cool execution moves, and like you're like in, I think in Japan in like the 1860s or something like that, and you're able to fly, and it looks really cool. And I believe there's like some ship battles here and there or something like that. And I was like, wow, this game looks great. To be fair, there are points where graphically it doesn't look the greatest, but the game is coming out in 2024. So they have time to polish it like they did with Final Fantasy 16. But that game, like I said, I'm kind of hyped for that one. I might be more hyped for it than Wulong, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, graphically, it kind of looks like, honestly, it looks like most of Team Ninja's games. Graphically, it doesn't look that great. But
they got time to polish it to make it look better.
Yeah, technically, but I don't think it's gonna look that much better.
I think
But-
one scene that made it look good was where he had like the pistol and like the fire. I think that was the best looking part of it, graphically.
And I like when he was using when he was flying and shit.
Oh yeah,
on
that
the-
was
the
dope.
thing. But yeah, graphically, it's not gonna look that crazy, but I think I think overall it's going to probably be like an amazing game though.
Yep.
For sure. Team Ninja, I just hope it's not in the same vein as Neo. I hope it's something different because like everyone's saying like, oh, this shit is just the other game, Wulong game. That game is just like Neo. I hope it's not gonna be just Neo. I hope it's gonna be actually something new.
Yeah,
You know.
sure. And hopefully that is the case. So, last thing, well, not the last thing, but they showed off a God of War Ragnarok controller. Don't care. I don't even think the controller looked that great. So, like, it just had 2 dogs on the trackpad, which I get it. It's like one of the main themes of the game, but just didn't look that good. So, not really interested in it. Then we got the trailer for Ragnarok, and man, the trailer looked good.
Fire.
Trailer looked good.
That was a good trailer.
And what was crazy is Ragnarok, I think there was a report going around that it's supposed to be 90 gigs. And like the original is like 40 something gigs, 2018. So
But the PS5 decompression.
Dude,
no,
well-
the PS5
Oh, yeah.
Kraken architecture.
dude, what happened to the Kraken architecture?
That's
Or-
a great question.
Dude, maybe
because what
it
the
did was the Kraken architecture and like originally that game was like 180.
That'd be fucking insane, bro. Like, no.
That
God
would be
of
funny
War
as
is
hell.
supposed to. God of War. I mean, on PS5, you're not supposed to have like repeats in terms of assets because it's on the SSD. So why the fuck? Why is it 90 gigs?
Yeah, I don't know if
for a
that's true. That's the
single-player game.
report going around. So, but like overall, like you had Odin in the trailer, right? That's voiced by if people watch it, he was in the first movie of Man of Steel as well as the Good Doctor show. Pretty good actor. They're having him as Odin. There's a couple cool shots. I think you see the Valkyries with Kratos and Atreus, and it looks like Valhalla potentially. So that was a cool thing. And dude, probably one of the hardest lines in that trailer was like, "Death can only have me when it earns me." And I was like, not gonna lie, that was kind of hard. That was kind of hard line, man.
Kratos got the quotables.
Yeah, and then what else? We saw Freya, and don't know why Loki has, I think, the mistletoe arrow that made what was his name? Odin's son. Shit, Balder.
Balder, not
like
weak.
Yeah, made
Or what
him
we
like feel pain
Human.
and die.
human
So
or whatever.
yeah, so that happened. So I don't know why Atreus kept it, which would make Freya
Just in case, bro.
crazier. Well, in case of what, dude? It's mistletoe ain't gonna do anything. No one's has the same thing as Balder in Norse mythology. So,
I mean, just in case she tries to put it on somebody else, man.
she even put it. Oh no, she did put it on. You're right. I was misremembering. But like, what else? Then
There
you
you
saw the
go.
2 wolves. Like, and then that's the start of Ragnarok, or like when Ragnarok occurs, with the wolf. So that looked cool. You saw some mermaid that looked really good. I was like shocked by that. I was like, wow, that looked
Yeah.
really good. Big
They got
jellyfish.
mad fucking toilet spoilers. They got mad spoilers.
Dude, I don't like people
I feel
say
like-
that, and I'm like, bro, what were the spoilers though? It's like no one really tells you. It's like Thor, like, bro, I'm being honest, that Thor fight gonna be midway through the game and you kill him. Maybe even less than that.
Mhm.
Like Thor is definitely not gonna be the last boss you face. Absolutely gonna be Odin. So
Yeah, I mean, to make it lit, yeah, it has to be. I mean, I wouldn't expect Thor to be like one of the first bosses because he pulled up. He pulled up to the house.
well, that was a
That's gonna
dream,
like the
to be
first
fair.
boss.
Prophecy or / dream.
But yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be fucking.
Because what I'm thinking
fast
is
forwarded,
like,
though.
yeah.
It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna take place right after. It's gonna be fast
Oh
forward.
no. The dream just makes like, oh, Atreus is still young, but no, that was just a dream that's gonna happen. I totally think Thor will die midway through the game, and you get the hammer. I think I said that multiple times. So like, it's gonna be cool to see how that gameplay will play out with that hammer. And I'm hoping one more item, one more weapon for God of War. But like they have lots of stuff to cover, and I mentioned that Surtur, freaking you got Odin, Freya, the World Serpent.
That's why it's gonna be like 40 hours.
Yeah, so it's like they got a lot of stuff to end it off on. And then maybe you'll see as a post-credit scene they're in Egypt, or Kratos is just in Egypt, or maybe Atreus is in Egypt and Kratos is dead. I doubt they kill off Kratos because he's a big stable point of the franchise, but I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if they do it, like permanently kill him off.
Yeah, because he died multiple times before. Yeah, it's a possibility. They gotta explain how he got to that place in the first place.
Oh, are you talking about like how he survived?
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna explain that, and then they're like, "Oh, stay tuned." And I thought they were trying to hype up the comic, which I think they did, but they didn't even explain in the comic. How he survived. They just talked about him just hunting and stuff, if I recall correctly. So I was a little disappointed by that. But like overall, like I don't keep it a buck. This might be up there. Like, this is my thing. For me personally, for this game to be Elden Ring, all they gotta do, and I said this multiple times, enemy variety, which we saw a lot of enemy variety, which we probably haven't seen like all the rest of the enemies, right? Better boss battles, which looking like that we're going to have better boss battles, and a good story, and that to me could definitely beat out Elden Ring. For me personally, I don't know in terms of the Game Awards, that's another story, because I already told you my flaws with Elden Ring, and hopefully Elden Ring 2 fixes those things, or the expansion does. But I think those will be the two contenders that are going to go up against each other, essentially. And what's crazy is, like, all these big streamers are hyped for this game as well. It's like kind of like an Elden Ring situation as well, but a little bit more hype from the streamers. So.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, in terms of Game Awards, it's the only game that has the potential to beat it. But
the underdog, of course, will be Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, of course.
Like that could pull an upset, man. You never know. Could have the
right.
best boss battles, like poppin' galore, like you name it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, poppin' galore, man. That shit is now back in style, man.
You be saying some crazy shit, but no, yeah, that trailer was fire, and I see this game doing really well. I see Sony actually telling us how much it sells, because it's actually gonna sell.
Oh no, it's going to, absolutely.
But
are you waiting? I gotta ask you this.
Yeah,
question.
I'm waiting.
Damn, really?
I'm not playing it. No.
Shit, that's gonna be tough. Like I don't know how you do it, because this one will be the game that
I just don't think about it. It's pretty simple.
So how are you going to wiggle your way through the spoilers? What will you do?
I mean, if I get spoiled, I get spoiled. It is what it is.
Okay.
I mean, like Horizon, I bought it day one, and then I dropped it. So it's like, I saw a bunch of shit on my timeline, and I've seen, I saw someone did spoil it for me, some shit for me.
But I feel like you have a different affinity with God of War than Horizon, to be fair.
Yeah, I do, but still $70, so I'm waiting. Honestly, it's not that hard for me to actually wait. Think about it like this. think about it like this. I loved Neo 1 and I waited for it to come to PC. I just didn't think about it anymore. Yeah, it just wasn't a thought to my mind. If you don't think about it, it doesn't matter, right? Like even if I see it, I'm not a person. I realize I'm not a person that's really affected by FOMO. Like I don't have a fear of missing out. I just not anymore. Like if I don't get it, I'll get it later. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. I see.
That's just how it is. Like I waited for Neo 2, and then honestly I dropped Neo 2. I didn't even fucking beat it. So it's like
because you didn't
and
like it, or
I
because
love
you were just like,
no.
eh?
I don't really know, to be honest. I was enjoying it, but it was like I saw that there's like 100 bosses. I'm like, bro, that's so much.
Too much is like
that. Like it's not like I'm like struggling. Like the game is not hard. Like it's not that hard. But it's like I'm not 100 bosses. That's so much.
And a lot of them were from the first game too. Like they repeat a lot of them.
Yeah. I wasn't. I don't know. I didn't want to do that. So
honestly,
I don't know. I just dropped it because I don't know.
It's because of Neo too that I have like Team Ninja fatigue. Like I look at like Strangers Paradise, I'm like, ugh, like I'm fatigued. Wukong is like a bit better, but it's still still Neo.
It's just Neo.
Yeah, it's still Neo, but it's like the camera's different, essentially.
Yeah.
But like, I really want to play Strangers of Paradise. I'm like, I wish I didn't play Neo 2 because I want to play Strangers of Paradise. But it's just too similar.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't gonna play Strangers of Paradise. I mean, I was thinking about it originally, but
just wait for a huge sale on that game.
That game after it released, I'm like chaos. I ain't playing this shit. This shit looks fucking annoying. That shit looks fucking annoying. But yeah, like I'm just not a person that is really affected by fear of missing out or anything. Even for games that I seemingly want, I
agree with that. Like Elden Ring, my friend was like, "Why aren't you buying Elden Ring?" I'm like, "Because the game has issues. I'm not paying $100 for that game." He's like, "Don't you like want to like talk about when everyone is playing?" And I'm like, "Not really."
To be fair, Elden Ring in terms of story, there's just no real spoilers for that game. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I can wait on. Did they fix the frame rate thing on PC or no?
Hell no.
No, they never fixed it.
Dude, you know what's funny? They fixed it on Steam Deck though.
That's funny.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
It.
No, it was Valve. Yeah,
that
fixed
so
it themselves.
Funny. Damn,
which is the
Steam Deck
part.
to play Elden Ring.
Just to play Elden Ring.
Shit.
That'd be funny.
I think after after the PlayStation games, I'll probably get Elden Ring after that, since is there anything coming out first half of the year, next year? Oh, sorry, Dead Space.
Oh, Dead Space. Oh my God, I forgot. Okay.
Evil 4.
So
Evil 4.
So before, like, there was some breaking news later. But what do you think about the state of play, Alicia? And what do you think in terms of God of War Ragnarok?
I thought God of War. I'm actually mad I watched the trailer. I was like, originally I was like, okay, God of War's gonna be God of War, but then after watching the trailer, I was like, yo, like that game like was fucking like.
This man says day one.
Like, no, not day one. Like maybe like week 2. I was
week
like,
2.
I'm not because games in Canada are $100. I'm not paying $100 for that. Like you literally just wait a week. You just wait a week and games are like $20 off.
No shot that game is gonna be $20 off.
Yeah, because people sell it for like.
Without, you buy used.
Yeah, you save on the tax. So you just wait a week. You just save on the tax. But yeah, I was like, damn, that shit looks fucking hot. I need that. Like, I almost wanted to play the first one again because I never beat the first one again after I got the platinum. But then I was like, I might be fatigued. So plus I got playing Horizon, so I'm just like, I need to. By the time I beat Horizon, hopefully God of War will be out. Plus I got to play Pokemon first. I think I'll play Pokemon first because that game is like it'll be a lot shorter than God of War will be. That shit looks fucking dope. And also, Project E looks fire. Whatever that's Stellar Blade.
Yeah, looks better than Bayo.
The butt and titty game. The boot physics are back, baby.
Absolutely. Like that game looks fucking hot. That game looks good.
The girl looks hot, and the game looks good.
Absolutely. I don't even think my girl will be mad at me if I like fawn over her. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even think she'll be mad.
Hey man, you know some people are gonna complain about. You know damn well some people are gonna complain about her when the game comes.
Yo, I told her about my Tifa like because I was like, yo, I got like one like video game crush. I got one. She's like, what? And I'm like, I showed her Tifa, and she's like, okay, I respect that.
Now I got my
Because-
second one.
Yep. Now you gotta tell her. Yeah, I got the second one now,
Yeah,
and the third
I got
on
the
the way.
second. But again, what else did they show? I don't really know what else they showed.
Rise
'cause I
of the
didn't-
Ronin Ishin, or Like a Dragon Ishin remake.
Shin, fuck Yakuza.
Bro, come on, Chief. That's a
no,
prequel,
no.
bro.
Dude, I think Salazar linked me like Yakuza 6 for like $5. And I was like, honestly, just to smash it, I'd actually buy that. I would actually just smash it for $5. I
Mm,
pay $5 to smash Yakuza 6. I would.
Wow.
But I mean, like I think that like, I mean they tamper expectations, so it wasn't like anything crazy, but
I thought it
wasn't
was a
bad.
solid show. Like I thought it was
Yeah.
like a 7. Like honestly,
I
I
thought it was
enjoyed
good.
that show more than I did the direct. To be honest.
Damn.
It was a better show. It was a better show than most of what anybody's seen.
I
honestly.
think PlayStation's kind of on a
Or
roll. If
most
I'm
of
being
what they've
honest,
done.
right? They had 2 good state of plays back to
Okay,
back, right?
You know what happens, Red Hood, is people always complain that PlayStation's not doing anything. They're complacent. They're yada yada, and then they show the games like, oh well, there you go, PlayStation. Like they just don't remember.
Then next month happens. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
where are
But
you?
honestly, I think Bless. I think you're like. I think you talk about this too. Like I feel like devs are like really secret on games nowadays. They really
It's
don't show.
It's fucking
Yeah.
weird.
They really don't show games like at all. I think it's maybe part of it's like people get fucking mad like at everything that they show, even if it's a work in progress. Maybe that's part of it. Like with GTA 6.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's
Sure.
maybe that's why like they're like more hesitant to just like wait until like the very end to show a lot of gameplay.
You know what's crazy?
But nah,
That-
even
that-
no,
that-
nah,
that-
even that's
that
fucking
breaks.
stupid.
No, there's a game that breaks that narrative, which we can segue into. Marvel
No.
Entertainment and Motive Studio team up for an all-new Iron Man video game, an all-new single-player third-person action-adventure Iron Man video game that will be
But
made.
then they won't show that game for like 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
No,
course.
no, the game that hold on. The game that I was gonna say where that doesn't make sense of showing games in early access is Dead Space. It literally said work
Well,
in
this game's
progress,
also supposed to come out
early
in
access.
January, right? Which they need to show that soon.
Yeah, it's like 3 months away, like 2-3 months away. Sorry, 3-4 months away.
Yeah, that
Well,
needs to
usually
be
by this
soon.
point, like we would get like extended gameplay trailers, like all this other stuff. We would get all this stuff like a year or more out. But now it's like
Even Breath of
can't
the Wild,
replace
I mentioned that too. Dude, we're
Yeah.
get teaser. Like, bro,
there's something going on, like that. I think the industries are collectively like approaching it a different, like they're being unified in the way they're approaching it. I don't know where it started or when it started.
I don't know.
This like secrecy with games and showing them and stuff like that.
But what do you guys think about that Iron Man game? Do you think, are you not hyped because EA Motive hasn't really done a game besides Star Wars Squadron and remaking Dead Space 1, which we have not really seen a lot of?
I mean, if it like until I see stuff, I don't care. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I gotta see stuff to form an opinion.
Well,
I'm
but
not gonna put it in a list war.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah,
like that. Like look at all these games coming up for the Xbox Game Pass in 2022. Like I'm not gonna do that.
yeah. So,
God.
what about you, Bless? You know the same boat
Wait, what was the question again?
about
About
Iron Man being made by EA Motive?
I mean, honestly, I don't really care to be honest. I don't think I would buy it anyway. I don't think I would.
This is what I would do if I was smart. If I was EA, I would get whatever coding that was an Anthem for that flying and put it in that game.
Just the whole mechanics and the like
Oh, yeah,
graphics
Anthem's
and all
flying
that.
was fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to do that if they were smart.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to mention a couple things for Final Fantasy 7 reunion, Crisis Core 7. Was shown off at the Nintendo Direct. Listen, I'm getting that on Steam, and bro, that game is not a remaster. I don't care whoever tells me it's a remaster. That shit's a remake to me. That game is an
Wait,
absolute remake.
They're not changing the gameplay though. Like it's still like that same.
No,
red
they
art.
changed a little bit of it. A little
I mean,
bit,
it's like-
not a lot.
It's still
Bro.
an RNG thing.
Wait for what again?
Yeah,
Final-
Crisis Core Reunion,
Core, the prequel.
Oh, okay.
which is a remake. baby.
Honestly, if I didn't beat Crisis Core so recently, I would get this day one. But I beat it like kind of recently, so I still remember it. So I might wait a little bit. But there's a steelbook on the launch
Oh
edition.
yeah,
So
but
I'm
I'm getting
like, oh,
Steam version. That's the issue.
yeah, I don't know, PS5 or Steam. I don't know. I mean,
Um,
also, that's another game, bro. Fuck
See,
me.
but the issue for me is where like I get on PS5 just because it's like, dude, now I have two avenues of playing the game. I played on my PC as well as my Steam Deck. So it's like,
Oh, my deck.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
on my
Like that.
deck.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
instead of
what's gonna
buying
happen.
like a Nintendo Switch version.
Oh yeah, hell no. That game's gonna be sub 30, bro.
It's
Absolutely
PS5.
no. Dude, you know
But
damn well that
how-
game ain't gonna run at 60, and hell,
Yeah.
it's not gonna run at lock 30. That's just gonna be
That
sub 15.
Lucrezia upgrade is crazy. Lucrezia, what they did to her. Sorry, what was it
Oh yeah.
that fucking Turk girl? Not Lucrezia. That's
No, the
that's
one where like you see the feathers or whatever. I think I know which one you're talking about.
it was the redhead girl, the redhead
Yeah.
Turk. Forgot her name. But that
Mhm.
I was like, damn. I was
And
like,
you see like the whatever you call it, the color in Cloud's eye like more detailed and stuff as well, which I was like, wow.
I still think Hojo is the main villain of Final Fantasy VII. That's just
Oh
my opinion.
man.
That's just my
Man.
opinion. 'Cause he was responsible for he was literally responsible for everything.
I mean,
It's crazy.
if he told Sephiroth the truth, then maybe he wouldn't have been crazy.
Lucrezia was also a fucking bitch. Fuck her. She
Mm,
fucked over Vincent for no reason.
I see. And one more thing about Final Fantasy, right?
14. Sorry, 16.
16. Wasn't shown off on TGS, but Yoshi P had an interview, and there will be a trailer coming out for Final Fantasy 16 next month in October. So that's kind of strange. I don't know why that's in October. Either a state of play may happen in October or a PlayStation showcase may or may not happen. Very strange for them to do that.
Bro, this
putting that out there.
PlayStation showcase ain't happening until this year, bro. It's mid-September. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying, bro. Why have Final Fantasy 16 trailer not be at TGS but be in October? You know what I mean? See?
What?
I'm saying, see, like Final Fantasy 16. Why have their trailer show not in TGS this month, but next month? That makes no sense to me. Because they literally had nothing for TGS.
Amen. I think that game. That's one of the two games I'm buying day one.
Oh
Final
yes,
Fantasy.
sir.
Buying that day one, dude. That last trailer, fucking incredible, like-
Mhm.
bro. Fighting, like being able to control Titans, like actually fight Titan on Titan. That is insane.
That
That
was
is
first
just-
rated and mainline Final Fantasy game.
I cannot wait for that. That's a day one.
Fast.
Man.
The next trailer in October, and maybe a showcase, maybe a state of play. I
I'm
don't
not watching
see
any more
this.
trailers. I'm just waiting for a release date. I'm not watching any more trailers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know when it'll come out. Like, dude, summer is like a range from June all the way to what, September?
Maybe a September game.
So either one.
They
I
usually
hope,
release
it's,
them stuff.
I hope it's a
like-
June game though. I'll keep it above.
Oh yeah, of course.
June.
of
There's like
course.
no games coming out in June, so bring it in June.
Yeah.
But I doubt it's gonna be a June game. But all right, I think that's that. We got any other things you guys want to bring up or nah? I don't think I missed anything. I don't think.
Not really. No.
Just a reminder, Game Pass sucks, and if you sub to Game Pass, then you are a narc. Just a
Damn.
reminder.
Wow.
I feel that. So guys,
Live.
shout out to people that came through the stream supporting the podcast. Make sure to follow everybody here. Have everybody in the description box below. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you guys get updated as when the videos or podcast episodes go live. And make sure to follow me on Twitch, which is also in the description box below, at Redhead420. Stream tomorrow and for the rest of the week until Friday. So look forward to that. I think tomorrow we'll get back into Metal Gear Solid 4. And then go into Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't know if I'm going to have Dio Field Chronicle. I'm probably going to play that on my own and not on stream. That's a game that's going to take me a minute, and I don't feel like that will be an enjoyable game to play on stream. So, yes,
Yeah, long RPG or something.
exactly. Alicia, where can they find you at?
Find me on the podcast. I just want to say, if y'all are buying the 4090 Ti's and y'all still go to like Planet Fitness, then y'all need to stop monitoring your games and start monitoring your gains. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
it's hating Planet Fitness.
You go to
sir.
Planet Fitness, Red Hood? Please don't tell me you go to Planet Fitness.
Why is this nigga just hating on me?
I go
You go
to
to Planet
okay.
Fitness Blessed?
I have okay.
I
You may
posted
be
that. I thought
ashamed by
Oh,
this.
I didn't know. I
You're
didn't
not-
know.
you're
No,
not
no,
tri-
I,
no,
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 I,
no.
no, I didn't know that. No, I
Okay,
didn't know that.
you want to know
I
me
should-
though? I'll say this:
I should
I
know
have 2 gym memberships.
Why the fuck?
I
why
have
should
Gold's
not
Gym.
go? I don't get it.
Because
As well as Planet Fitness.
we'll talk about the post in the post.
I don't
show,
need.
so.
I don't need some random or some like.
Well, in
crazy
Planet Fitness
fucking
Canada,
experiment.
no, because Planet Fitness Canada, like, there's no squat racks in Planet Fitness Canada. Like, there's no bench presses.
That's
it's-
because y'all in a third world country. Y'all in Canadian.
Yeah.
right?
Whoa.
Exactly.
Oh,
So like, maybe it's different over here. Oh, there's also like the lunk alarm. I don't know if that's
Yes,
in the U.S.
it is.
Yeah. Okay. There's that too, which is fucking dumb.
Yeah, it is.
That I heard that shit like once. They don't. They
You
don't
actually,
really be using it.
that's historical. I wish I
What?
was there for that.
Dude, I
wish could
dropped
be-
mine one time. and
I
made
was
made a
confused as to
noise.
what it was because like I only heard it once. So
It's crazy.
I
No,
don't
but
know.
then I actually didn't know you went to Planet Fitness. I actually didn't know that.
Damn.
But
yeah,
damn.
yeah. Sorry, yours is poverty. I don't know what to tell
Yeah,
you.
man.
Damn.
I think no, there's a dude on TikTok. He does like gym reviews. And he went to a Planet Fitness and literally like nothing was working. None of the cardio machines was working. None of the machines were working. The water fountain wasn't working. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Oh, dude.
But yeah, and hope y'all hope you have a good night. And thanks for coming through. We had like the topics today, and a lot of PC talk, which is nice to see. So
Needed.
Needed to
Modern Warfare
balance
2 's
out the council people.
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 2 's not bad.
consequences.
so there's that.
If you get Modern Warfare 2 on console, you're a peasant though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, imagine PS4 players. Jesus,
Oh, disgusting.
Jesus. Xbox Series S players. Jesus.
Disgusting.
Xbox One S, Xbox OG Xbox One players.
Jeez.
Jesus.
All disgusting.
All right. Bless. Where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at _blessedred.
Nice.
And Twitch at blessedred. I'm mainstream COD.
Yay.
The good ones.
The good
Hey.
ones.
You'll now play Weekend 2, Bless? You're not gonna play that?
Wait, what?
Not gonna play Weekend 2 of MW2?
Actually, no, I will. So I'll play a bad COD.
Yay. Play together. Hehe. Red Hair, join us.
Dude,
Red Hair, gotta play multiplayer games, bro. Stop ducking. You
I
ducked all these
have played multiplayer games.
like what? Rogue Company?
No,
Yeah,
sir.
You don't be playing, you'll be
No,
playing
sir,
shit,
no,
just
sir.
multiplayer, bro.
Nah, Red Hair, you'll be playing multiplayer. games.
CS:GO.
Yeah, right. I'd never see you on that game.
Bro, you
Cat.
can literally check my playtime in that game. It's
Bro.
not a lot.
Every
though.
time I see you on, you play
Your playtime from 6 years ago. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. When I was big into
Not
CS:GO.
not. We're talking about playtime currently,
This
motherfucker.
This decade.
Bro,
decade.
I'm telling you, dude.
Facts.
Like, why you gotta hate, bro? Like, honestly,
No,
there
we're
has
saying
not-
you
No, listen,
I'm-
listen, listen.
You're,
Okay,
we're
okay,
saying
okay,
you're
okay,
ducking
okay.
this decade. That's what
okay,
we're
I'm
saying,
just
bro.
saying that there has not been good multiplayer games of recent
cap.
no.
That's cap.
Of recent no. I'm just
That's
saying,
cap. Fall
They-
Guys.
bro. Like, I guess
You got
the only
Fall Guys.
equivalent might have been
Yeah.
multiverses, and that was it.
You got Fall Guys, you got Rocket League, you got Multiverses, you got Overwatch 2 next month, you got
Ew.
Rogue Company, you got Apex Legends, you got GTA 5 RP, you got PUBG, which is free to play, you got Call of Duty Warzone 2 coming out. You know, there's so many, Red Hood. Don't be like BG and be a relic. You gotta just come to the present
You
day.
gotta
Right?
play some. Nigga.
Yeah, don't like Halo Infinite. You know that like leave that alone and like play.
You're
something
right. I'll
modern.
play a multiplayer game.
Don't say Final Fantasy 14.
Well, now that you mentioned it, that's not bad.
The critically acclaimed. Final
Yes,
Fantasy
sir.
14?
Let's go.
That-
But
those
no, I was
two
gonna
come-
say Slithero.
Oh, what's that?
bruh. It's like the
What is that?
you like build up this
Slither.io.
Yeah.
That's what you mean?
Oh, that game.
Slither.io. Yeah.
Factorio.
It's a Slither.
Whatever, man. That was short acronym.
Slytherin. It's like Slytherin. I was like, is
No, so
TMNT?
Yeah, I was hella
basically,
confused.
it's a
You talking about
browser
Hogwarts?
game,
Yeah.
okay, and you just beat other players and just
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Jason Blundell left of Deviation. That's
yeah.
kind of big.
Supposedly the
Oh,
leaker
yeah.
that got exposed. Supposedly somebody else has another Call of Duty Black Ops vet has went to Deviation.
That's huge. Like because he's the architect behind Modern Zombies. So like that's pretty huge that he left. He was like a lot of the good maps and zombies he was responsible for. So it sucks that he left his own studio.
Yeah. All right. Well, make sure
we're
to
still
follow.
alive?
Say that one more time.
Oh God. I know we're still alive.
Oh yeah. But make sure to follow everybody here. Like I said, hit the like, subscribe, share, follow everyone. Great episode. This is Overload Podcast. Signing off. Peace.